Let's get the old mic check. That seems to be okay to me. Seems to be oakley dokley to me. So, how badly can I mess up A, combat, and B, reading chat today? I'm gonna say pretty frickin' badly. Pretty frickin' badly. Curse you, Mimic! Will I remember the controls? Well, I will almost certainly get X and square reversed, as I always do. So X to jump? Yeah, it must be X to jump, because I always want to use X for pressing things. Only the 14 hours, eh? I think it was largely the Arboretum I was going to go to now, wasn't it? Is there anything else? I don't know. Is this going to update at all? It'd be nice if it would. There we go. That wasn't so hard now, was it? Okay. One day I'm going to get rid of that cytoid nest. Too lazy. Actually happens if I do that. I presume that that just cools the lift. So, I pretty much want to go back to the Arboretum right now, don't I? Let's start off by resorting some junk. How many neuromods do I have? Hacking 2 would be good. There are definitely things around that I need to hack right now. And I do actually have enough, I think, to make another neuromod. But I think I'm going to hold off. Yes, I'm going to hold off. In the meantime, objectives. So, Arboretum. That was still in the guts. Also, deep storage to Arboretum. Arboretum. Search Alex's office safe in the Arboretum. Arboretum. That's in the exterior. That I've got to find the body for. Get Bellamy's room key from his body. That's... I've got to find where Bellamy actually is. Find your psychological... Where is my psychological evaluation? Can we do this one first? Can I actually find where it is? De Vries was using a special encryption to communicate with Alex. So just finding their transcribed messages might not be enough. If you find Henrik De Vries... Hey, Tiffany! Drew, OMG! I missed you forever! I missed you too, Tiffany! How are you? How has your week been? I was crying myself to death when I didn't see you yesterday. Okay, instead of doing this right now, let's go to a security. Alright, get off turn, thank you. Let's go to a security station. Not this way. This way. And see if we can work out where on earth De Vries is. Same, I was crying. I was crying so hard. I thought you had forgotten me forever. No, seriously, how are you? Hope you're doing okay. Quite a lot of these people are still alive, apparently. But there's no De Vries on that list. Life support? Dreams card up. No. If I were a De Vries, where would I be? Deep storage? No. Trauma center? Ah. Okay. Hang on, Hendrik De Vries is 421 meters above me. That doesn't sound very much like it's in the lobby to me. Let me try going up to the Arboretum. By the way, I just had hit the Miz on the head because he kept calling you Andy McIntyre. He just woke up. Nice. Hope you had a good sleep. I'm pretty good, thank you. I'm just having a chill weekend as I always do. Henrik De Vries, come to me. Far further up. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Well, there goes all my health again. Well, that was nice. That was nice.
Good evening, Talos.
Cheers, game. Thank you. Hey, Draenaps, how you doing?
Any voluntary extension of your work hours with the station counselor. We know the projects aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
Well, finding Hendrik De Vries was easy then. I found him though. But finding him has not got me my psych eval. How are you doing? How are you doing, Draenaps? How is everything in the world of backwards Spaniards? To do objectives. If you find Hendrik De Vries, maybe you can find that eval. I found him. I found him. It's not achieved much. Am I supposed to do something? Am I supposed to like take his body to his office or something weird like that? Hey Nick, yeah, cheers, thank you, I appreciate the lurk. I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm not sure what to make of this at all. I guess in the meantime, swallowing another medkit won't hurt, nor will a quick save. Getting some more Q-beam is not a bad thing. Do I need to reload it? Nope, seems okay. Let's just walk around with this out because it covers my view the least. So yeah. What's all this junk about if I find him then I'll maybe be able to find my evaluation? Because that clearly ain't true. Hey, Kirsty, how you doing? That's cool. I don't mind. It's all good. I'm just getting confused here as to why the description of a quest or mission here is completely unreliable. But, yeah, that's cool. Hope you're doing well. Perhaps I should just give up on this now. Hang on, seal hull... Oh, because the seal hull breaches just follow it through to somewhere else. Let's go for these objectives through here then. Good goods, good goods. Hopefully I will be a little bit more successful at reading chat than I was yesterday. But no promises. As I did say though, I am a freaking idiot. And not being able to read chat and play a game does very much play into that. So I'll hope that something else comes up with the whole Hendrik de Vries thing. In the meantime, what have I got? What have I got in here? Well, I could let another one of these guys out.
Requesting new operator.
Ooh, hello. Oh no, it's a clock. I somehow thought that that clock was another one of those panels.
0 medical class operator.
Wait, heal me! Heal me! I didn't craft you for nothing. Thank you. Thank you.
This will only take a moment. Good as new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front.
I'm sure I will. Hey, Google Cat. I'm sure it's just because I'm a stupid. But I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to think what WYD means. What you do? Who yeeted Daniel? When? Ooh, hello. When?
Eventually, had to wait
What you
a
do?
while
Oh,
until
okay,
the
yeah.
assholes on the sales team chose that
Hang on one
exact
second.
moment to stand under the alarm bell and smoke cigars.
So it's off Talos. My clients are eager.
Yeah, just made the last shipment. Should be Earthside by morning Pacific time.
Good. I'll be leaving another package for you after tomorrow's shift.
Drop site?
The lobby. Assuming it works.
Of course it works. 3 taps of the wrench, that'll pop it open. All of them will work that way by tomorrow.
Oh,
You're
hang on.
adorable
What's
when
this?
You get proud of your gadgets.
Hey, Pharaoh.
Patronize me, Lily.
Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to start this and then pause it. First of all, yeah, I'm just chilling, Google. I am literally just whiling away the hours, playing a bit of Prey, just having a good, quiet one. It's going to be a very quiet weekend for me. Usually I have things on in the evenings on Saturdays and Sundays, but not this week. So after this, I'm pretty much just going to be putting my feet up, maybe watching a bit of Twitch. Might put a film on later, I don't know, something like that. How about you? What have you been up to, Google? And what has everyone else been up to? How's life with you, Pharaoh? I'm slightly sad that I haven't got my customary joke to read out. I quite enjoy much as I groan in the same way that everyone groans at a Christmas cracker joke. I was slightly I was hoping that I was going to have a nice little awful pun to read. I love that when you said hey Google. Oh yeah, of course. What? So you're saying, Pharaoh, that you're saying that if I say hey Google, look up how to make a nuclear bomb, then I'm going to end up putting suspicious looking searches on your Google history. That's what you're saying. Oh, I'm slightly disappointed. I am actually disappointed. Kirsty, you're looking worried as if I'm going to do it for you. Which one have you got, Kirsty? You got Google or have you got Alexa? Hey, Alexa. What is the minimum number of... Nah, I'm not going to go. I'm going to end up saying something really weird, and let's be honest, I say enough weird things. I've already searched that several times before. You know what? I can believe it.
Damn it. Hold on. I'm encrypting the rest of this. Okay. Dr. Cole already wiped the recording of Morgan's breakdown off his computer. The last copy is hidden in his office. I'm not going back. You'll have to get it yourself. ACBAC. Good luck.
Akbak. Okay. Hang on. So I wanted to go back and listen to one of those recordings. I want to go back and listen to all these recordings because there was something about I need to tap something with a wrench 3 times. Audio logs, I think it was. Yeah, it'll be this one.
Everything go well?
Eventually, had to wait a while. 2 assholes in the sales team chose that exact moment to stand under the alarm bell and smoke cigars.
So it's off Talos. My clients are eager.
Yeah, just made the last shipment. Should be Earthside by morning, Pacific time.
Good. I'll be leaving another package for you after tomorrow's shift.
Drop site?
The lobby. Assuming it works.
Of course it works. 3 taps of the wrench, that'll pop it open. All of them will work that way by tomorrow.
You're adorable when you get proud of your gadgets.
Don't patronize me, Lily.
How would I know what to look for? I mean, there was a potential clue about 2 guys standing under an alarm. But how would I know what to look for? Also, what was... So this one about finding the psych evaluations is... this one. Okay, so now I just have to search Dr. Cole's office. I'm actually going to go back and do that now. Of course I'm Drew McIntyre. How could I possibly forget? With the complete lack of a Scottish accent and everything. And yeah, Pharaoh, I kind of was thinking about the Konami code. Also, what's this? My nephew picked up an acorn and asked me, "What's this?" "It's a tree," I told him. "Really?" he asked. I replied, "Well, in a nutshell, yes." I do like that one. One of these days, I got a horrible feeling you're going to end up crossing paths with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is also, like, really, really into his wordplay and puns and so on. He just... yeah, it's like it's raison d'etre. He's always just coming out with stuff exactly like that. I thought I saw something moving around there. Yep, I saw a nightmare. Oh, is this just going to become a recurring thing? Oh, that's going to be really annoying. I didn't realise that... Whoa! I didn't realise that this was just going to... they were going to chase me as well. I didn't realise that this was just going to become like a constant... oh, every 5 minutes you have to do this instead now. Well, at least I know I can just come and sit here for 2.5 minutes, annoying as it is. Sorry guys, you're going to have to enjoy some thrilling staring at walls while I'm here. Well, hello, what's this? I can unlock this now. Intriguing. Most intriguing. Maybe you guys aren't just going to have to endure nothing. Oh snap, there's mimics. I should have known. I should have known! Okay, what's a mimic here? To be honest, you probably would enjoy it. He takes a while to kind of... he's kind of a little bit slow to get talking to people, but once you get him in the right mood, once you get him in that, I'm just gonna... oh dear, I hope the nightmare's not gonna come through there now. Once you get him in the wordplay mood, he is just kind of relentless. Absolutely relentless with them. He's really good at coming up with them as well. He's clearly got a smart mind for it. His brain just kind of like thinks them up on the fly, just like that, like clicking his fingers. Granted, you know, some of them are better than others. You know, everyone comes up. You know, he's got to kind of perfect your craft, but no, he does come up with some really good ones, just from the things he's going through his head. No mimics here, just us toasters. One of these days, I'm gonna have to look up how you do that kind of glitched writing. Is it just a website you use? Because I've seen it done so many different times, and I'm not sure how exactly it works. Also, where am I right now? Oh, okay, so that's just gonna go back out into the hallway. So that's a door I don't actually want to open until the nightmare is gone. Okay, off you Todd. Off you Todd. So basically there's like it's just like a really powerful Typhon. I'm not quite sure the basis of it all. Oh, hello. Did I get in here before? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not quite sure what the story is of it, why it's suddenly doing this. I think it's just designed to keep you on your toes, basically. I'm not even sure if I kill it, whether it'll come back again or not. But yeah, oh snap! Rem, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. I think Kirsty may have... Oh, thank you as well for the host, Tiny Crow. Thank you. How are you doing? I think Kirsty may have gone into lurk, so we'll drop a shout out. OP Nuts, thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. How are you doing? For those of you who don't know me, I am Tark. I've known Drim and Rem for a good while now. I think it was originally through Drim's channel, wasn't it? I think... Whoa, snap, that was a bad idea. Whew, just as well that ledge was there. That could have been bad. So yeah, I think I originally know Rem through Drim, because I think he turned up in one of Tiny Shark's streams, if I remember rightly, and I think... and she's one of my mods, I am one of her mods. Tiny Crow, thank you very much for the resub.
Talos.
I appreciate that.
Registration for the Talos Employees Talent Show.
Yeah, I thought it was, but that was years ago now. That was ages ago.
To reserve a slot.
Like, so long. But yeah, I play mainly story games, a bit of different genres. I'm not, you know, I'm not stuck to one thing. I don't tend to play many online games, but I do like games with a bit of RPG and kind of stealth elements and so on. You were just getting introduced to Guild Wars 2. I played Guild Wars for about 10 minutes. I played Guild Wars 2 for about 10 minutes. So yeah, I remember getting all excited to play it back years and years ago. One of my friends... who on earth is talking to me? Better not be you, dead person on the floor. But you played for 10 years. So yeah, one of my friends, I remember, like, got me into playing it. I didn't play for 10 minutes. I played Guild Wars 1 for maybe a couple of months, very infrequently. And then I got all psyched up for, oh, come on, we'll play Guild Wars 2. And I bought Guild Wars 2 and played that for about 10 minutes. And promptly, I can't remember who it even was who persuaded me anymore. But I barely spoke to them again. I don't think that it was deliberate. It's just one of those things that happened. So that was perfect, really. You have to help prepare snacks for movie night. Oh wow, what are you planning to watch for movie night? And how on earth do I get this? I've read these through already. Those are nothing. I've got these emails. That's nothing. Let me just check what the objective is. Oh, Star Wars! Wow, which one? Here's the big question. If you're showing someone Star Wars for the first time, what order do you play it in? Oh, I see, ACBAC! That's the question answer, so I need to start a new evaluation. Then I need to come over here, where I can do the evaluation, and I need to pick ACBAC. A, C, B, A, C. What does that get me? Oh, okay. That'd be very interesting for those people who accidentally picked them up the first time. 1 second, I'm just going to listen to this.
You seem frustrated.
I have months that are just gone. I've been listening to the logs, reading the research.
This is us that was talking on this, by the
Do you
way.
know how many times we've had this
We are
conversation?
Morgan Yu.
This is the 5th time.
Does it always go the same way?
Not always.
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
Hello.
Well, I
Nice
think
to
it means
see
you should be
you.
concerned as my counselor.
You left yourself a message. Would you like to listen to it?
No.
I think it would help.
I said no, that's not me.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just know.
You agreed to this. This was all your idea. Yours and Alex's.
I didn't agree to any of this. All right, that Morgan is not me. I would never. Do you know what's going on in psychotronics? Do you?
If I did, I couldn't say. You know that.
What do you know about the Typhon?
We shouldn't talk about them. Not without your brother present.
Them. You do know, you snake. How can you sit there?
Morgan, take a deep breath. Here.
I don't want a pill. I want this station shut down. I want Earth.
Morgan.
I said no.
Okay. I'm going to call Alex.
Right, okay, so maybe we shouldn't trust January then. If previous us has already worked out that recordings of himself are fake, then we probably shouldn't trust that video that we've been told to trust. Interesting, interesting. It's your favourite MMO for PvP and World v World. Talk about stealth. You can make 30 people stealth gank another group. How does stealth work in PvP on an MMO? I'm very curious. What is the utility on this? Have I already got this? I think I probably already got this. I'm pretty sure I've already got this. Ooh, tell you what. With hacking 2... Do I want to do this? I kind of do want to kill him. I've got to be honest.
Scan complete.
You can stealth yourself or area stealth a group for like 20 seconds. Interesting.
Psionic.
I presume that as soon as you make an attack, the stealth disappears. I have played a number of MMOs. I think the first MMO I ever played was Asheron's Call, and to be honest, I loved that game. I still haven't worked out how to... if you can save these guys. Okay. That would count as a suicide, I presume. That definitely wasn't me. He pretty much just charged into the wall and died. Okay, fair enough, yep, sure. If he wants to kill himself, he can kill himself. That's fine. You're going to stick around either time to uninstall Ground... Really? Grim, did you dislike it that much?
Hello. Nice to see you.
Oh, talking about medical operators.
Diagnosing.
You can heal me.
Facial injuries. Nothing a portable medical unit
Thank you.
can handle.
Thank you. Ah, yes. Now I should be able to get into... No, I can't get in there because it needs a key card. I'll take that. Yeah, and you get revealed. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hang on, is this?
System alert. Repair is needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
I mean, I could heal him, but there are already several around. I'm not sure if there's any need to do so. I'm very interested in this screen, though. Why is it not powered on? Wade, please, 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 with a cherry on top. Fix the operator. Okay, okay, maybe I should then. You got to run the... Is Drim actually going to get rid of it?
Operational. Thank you. Diagnosing. No trauma or illnesses detected.
Is that...
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do.
Have
for
I
you,
literally
unless
just
you're interested in
wasted
medical
3 spare
trivia
parts for
or
no
a
reason?
joke.
Oh snap, a joke. Is this the new Pharaoh?
Most physical trauma is caused by preventable negligence.
Shoots him with a Gauss gun. That wasn't suicide. In fairness, this gun is not a Gauss gun. This gun is a glue gun. All it does is just sticks people. I definitely didn't kill him with this. In fact, I don't think I shot him at all. I don't think I fired. He was exploring high-level areas without any gear. Yeah, in fairness, I've been through similar positions, similar situations before.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, friend. I think we're all done in here. Have I opened this yet? Oh, hang on, 7324. That was the number written on the wall in... Yeah, nice. I've got quite a few neuromods now. That's pretty good. Let's use them. Definitely not a flying bookend. What do I... They just remind me of like floating old Windows 95 machines without the sides on. Okay, what do I want out of this? I did say I wanted suit modification 2. Suit modification 2 would be nice. What else do I want to get today? Let's take another look at this. I don't care too much for the psionic aptitude stuff. Hacking 3 I don't need yet. Metabolic boost would be a nice to have. Leverage 2 I don't really... There's one room that would help me with, but not too much. Gunsmith would be quite nice, but I don't have that many gun mods yet. Suit modification 2 would be pretty good. Dismantle wouldn't be that useful. And then security. More damage. I presume that shotguns would increase on that one as well. That wouldn't be terrible, adding 20% to shotgun damage. Can you get the thing that lets you turn into a coffee cup? I can. The problem is, Pharaoh, the problem is that as soon as you start... I happen to... I've kind of worked it out, and I think I've seen other things which kind of clue you in. As soon as you start buying these things, then officially your body becomes part Typhon, and so all the security defenses will turn on you as well. And I kind of like playing with the turrets, but I am tempted. I might get it later. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Part of me really wants to turn into coffee cups. Part of me wants to keep using my my turrets to do my work for me. So I'm going to keep playing around with other stuff for the time being. And I might get that one to muck around with it later. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get the suit modification. And I'm also going to get metabolic boost. Because that'll mean that the the food items become quite useful again. Oh, hello. Cookies. Talking of food items. Hey, JDM. I was out walking to Dad's and I'm bored, so entertain me with speaking, please. I will try and do just that. I presume that you're not going to be betraying yourself again. And redeeming the... what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for here? ASMR. Redeem. If you redeem it again, I will become convinced that you genuinely have become converted. How are Liverpool doing, by the way? I saw the score at half-time. I haven't seen the score since. JDM, I always knew that you were going to come round to it eventually. Yeah, I mean that, yeah. Okay, so JDM wants ASMR, JDM gets ASMR. So 2 minutes of ASMR just for JDM. Because he loves this stuff so much, he really does. I don't know whether he's just become masochist, or if he privately kind of is into it now. But yeah, okay. So I've mucked around here. Actually, let me go back to the objective. What was it? Oh, that whole thing is gone. Okay. So I've finished that whole thing. Okay, so let's now head back to the operator. This is going quite slowly. I don't trust it. I can't change my weapons though. That's interesting.
Good evening, Talos. This is a reminder
So
that
if it
the
does jump
identity
me
of
again,
guests
then I'm
visiting
completely
Talos
defenseless
is strictly
until the thing
confidential.
stops. That's very interesting. Okay, so I was just up to about here. Oh man, the sibilants are excessive. I solemnly swear that I will stick to the S's in all of my syllables. Would you prefer that would you prefer that I tried to use words that don't contain that letter? I can do that. You've only got 1 minute left of it anyway. I don't think I've ever listened. Yeah, those are 2 examples of the turrets that I really don't want to have to bother with fighting all the time. I prefer them to be on my side. Anyway, what on earth is this? Electrical junction. Let's not damage that. I've taken enough damage from electric before. But yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to ASMR on a phone. I've never thought about how it would change the sound of it. Sorry, that's another S. Can you do a sentence? I will try my...
Hello, nice to see you.
I can't think of a word
Good to see you again,
that
Dr. Yu.
will adequately fill that role in this. Ah, there's an S. Grats. I'm trying my best, but no. S is a pretty hard letter to ignore. Okay, let's try level 2. Oh, I'm taking the dodgy route here. Oh, nice. Oh, that's how level 2 works. You got more than 1. Okay, I can take that. Okay, and the 2 minutes are done. JDM, you are spared again. Okay, what have we got in here? Big Bang Candy! And the West stood tall. Excerpt from the back cover synopsis of an alternate history novel. Let me guess. Is this alternate history going to be the old classic meme of, in an alternate history story like this one, they write actual old, alternate history of the real world, a bit like in what's that Philip King? Was it Philip King? Whatever his name is. The guy who wrote Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Man in a High Tower. That's the one. Man in a High Castle. The way he does it in Man in a High Castle. Okay, in 1964, President Kennedy turned his back on American interventionism. But what if America had stood up for its allies in Vietnam? Would communism still reign in the East? Would the Iron Curtain have fallen? Renowned... That's it, Philip K. Dick. The problem is, every time I think of his name, I think of Dick King Smith. This is the most walking you've done. I've been trying to get myself out more. I don't tend to get stitches, but my feet do just get really tired. My feet just start aching after about half an hour. I really need to start doing more regular routines. Now, renowned political commentator Lance B. Jenkins weaves a gripping alternative account of the days following the Gulf of Tonkin incident. I think that's the Cuban Missile Crisis, isn't it? And what might have been if America had gone to war in 1964. Jenkins' historical imagination is meticulous, majestic, poignant. 10 out of 10, the Liberty Herald. Oh, weapon upgrade kit. I'll take that. I will use that. What will I use that on? I will... Can I upgrade the wrench? Aww. I'm mildly disappointed. The shotgun is doing the majority of my work so far. Maybe it's time to get Gunsmith 1. Well, not now, obviously, because I don't have the mods, but maybe it's time to start looking at Gunsmith 1. That'll be my ambition for the end of the stream. I don't use the pistol at all. The Q-beam I really should use more. Let's extend it. Oh, what is it about streaming that makes me have cold? I mean, I've got cold anyway, but that makes me even more full of cold. Yes, let's download an area map. Maybe this will show me where I actually came from, you know, where I originally entered this area from. I think they're mistaken. America hasn't gone to war since World War II. They just involved themselves in... Well, I think... So the background of this whole story... Oh, all of my darts have disappeared. The background of this whole story is supposed to be that JFK wasn't assassinated and that he you know, ended up cooperating with Russia on a space project. So I think it's that classical example of, let's take a historically inaccurate scenario anyway, and then let's play around by pretending that the people in this world are obsessed with the alternate scenario where something had happened differently. But rather than just doing the boring thing and predicting, you know, everyone, they just predict history as it actually would have happened. Instead, what they do is they deliberately get everything wrong, because of course history is hard to predict. Is there anyone on this list who looks like I would want to maybe the personal assistant who is still alive? Maybe he would be a good idea to hunt down? Where would he be? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you put an /S on the end. My bad. My bad. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I wouldn't mind getting in that storage room at some point. But I'm going to need a key card for it. Okay, I haven't actually been that far down here. Oh, another weapon upgrade kit. Why do I keep going to that menu? Might as well use it again. What on this time? I can't upgrade that either. The glue gun. I can upgrade the reload speed, but is that really that important to me? That's fully upgraded, even though I barely use it anymore. Let's hold on to that weapon upgrade kit for now.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Maybe you can. Well, he dead. Thank you for your generous donation of a shotgun. Ooh, shotgun shell fabrication plan. I already have that. I'll take your Russian blinis and your Psi-Hypo, though. So yeah, the Liverpool match must have just finished, shouldn't it? I wonder what the score was at the end. I can't get in here because I don't have a key card. Okie dokie. What have you been playing recently, Pharaoh? I feel like I discussed games with you a fair bit, but I've never actually asked you what you've actually been playing recently.
Maybe I can help you.
Stop asking me that. Okay, so deep storage is this way. Is this the place where the massive complex appears to be on top? Yeah. There's a couple of objectives.
Scanning target, no type of material detected. Debug build version 0.7.6. Verbose on.
Okay, so I really want to head up there then, really. But let's just take a proper look around first. Oh, yeah, I'll take the pistol as well. I'll take the bullets and I'll melt the rest of it down. Actually, tell you what. There's a facility here for melting stuff down. Let's do that, because my inventory is starting to fill up again. What? Oh yeah, it's just the standard crashes that you always hear. I remember. Mostly Minecraft and Warzone at the moment. Fair enough. By Minecraft, do you mean the Kirsty's server Minecraft? Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Is there anything else in here I might want to melt down? I don't have any spare weapons of any sort. No. But I might want to craft myself some more ammo. I can make glue canisters now. Nice. And I can make anti-rad. Not a bad idea. I do like the look of that Outlanders game. Man, can you do me a favour? Can you link me to a trailer of Outlanders? Because I keep saying I'm going to take a look at it, and I never remember to. So I'm gonna... Yeah, I can't make any neuro mods right now, because I don't have... Excuse me. Whatever that one is. Modded Minecraft on Kirsty's community server. Yeah, I thought... Yeah, I figured, yeah. Get me some of this, because I am burning through it at the moment. And that is quite a lot. Disruptor batteries I can't make. Yeah, cheers, thank you. Because it does sound like the kind of thing I would give a shot to. It does sound like my kind of... the kind of game I would try. Not necessarily the kind of game I would stream, but the kind of game I would try. But, yeah, every time people talk about it, I think I have checked it out once or twice, but I've never properly taken it in what it actually is about. Okay, so I think the way to get in this place is round the side over here. Better get this out, because this is new territory to me, I think, and this is looking very much like the kind of place I would be if I were a mimic. Okay, I found a pad. I finally found a pad which requires hacking level 4. Where does that go? There's several lift transport things here. Let's try taking this. Not enough magical unicorn hills princesses. You know me too well, Pharaoh. What can I say? You know me too well. Is this just a map transition point to the bridge? Welcome to the bridge, Mr. LaForge. I don't have a reason to go to the bridge yet. I don't want to go around checking all that, blah 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 blah. I don't want to check out too many of these optional extra areas quite yet. As long as I don't go into deep storage. I don't want to transition. I don't want to progress the story too early. Oh, hello.
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
I've got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. I've got a feeling that...
Scan complete.
I was gonna say actually that that phantom would be able to see me if I took out the mimic,
Psionic
but I don't think it will. There's 2 mimics though. I think the phantom's visual line will be blocked by that building. So I think this is a perfect chance to go for the mimics. Eat glue! There we go. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I've definitely had worse
Good
fights.
evening, Talos. Dinner is served in the cafeteria from 6 to 8 p.m.
Oh snap, there was another one. Of course there was another one. Power still in cooldown. Of course it's still in cooldown. You know that part just now where I said that went quite well? It doesn't usually go that well. Yeah, I just decided to indicate how it doesn't usually go that well by completely messing up a fight against one mimic. I've got to admit, that Magic, the Unicorn Princess game was freaking amazing. Like, a part of me regrets that I don't play more of them, but I'm not sure if I could. Part of me thinks as well that I would just like, I don't know. I don't think my brain can take the level of amazingness that that games company is capable of pumping out. I really need to. Can I repair? I've got one. 67% is not too bad. I'd really like another engineering operator who will repair my suit, but can't get them all the time. 2 phantoms in one area is quite a lot. Maybe I can use the Typhon Lure. It might just end up pulling both of them. It has indeed ended up pulling both of them. Hang on, what about if I now throw one of the null wave transmitters? Oh, I can't use my own. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, he can use his though. How is that fair? How is this fair? Yeah, I'm about to die. Let's pop a medkit. This has gone well. This has gone really well. Stop changing. Stop reloading your gun. I want this. I'm gonna have to make a lot more shotgun shells. A lot more shotgun shells. course I don't know the password. It's at least reloaded so I don't have to do it now, I suppose. Okay, yep, that happened. That just happened. What I could do, I suppose, is lure them to the turrets? In fact, have I just gone back to the point where... Oh, okay, I've gone back to this point. Yeah, okay, so let's try that. When I say lure them to the turrets, what of course I actually mean is bring the turrets a bit closer. Probably not too close though. Let's try. These things can fire quite a long way. Well, quite a long way. How about here? One here.
Ready to scan.
And you... one on the opposite side, so that attacks against one shouldn't hurt the other one. Okay, this is a cinematic trailer. I will watch it. Oh, there's another path up there, is there? I will watch it later, but I will load it up now. There's actually a demo of the first bit of the game, but I've been avoiding it so I don't spoil the experience. That's fair enough. Yeah, I definitely need to look more into it, because everything people tell me about it, up until the point where I blank my memory of it again, does sound like it's the kind of thing I would get something out of. But okay, so... So I have come this far. Let's drop a quick save. Ideally, if I could just pull one of them, rather than both of them. Preferably the really weak one as well. Come after me! Turrets, do your job! Why did I not think to reload my gun? Why did I not think to reload my gun?
Suit integrity damaged.
Of course my suit's integrity is damaged. Stop! Please! For goodness sake! I should have known that there was another turret, of course. I should have known that there was another turret, another phantom. I have no idea what just happened there, if I'm completely honest with you. Turrets are on their union-mandated coffee break. Okay, so first of all, what I've learned is there's a second turret. Secondly, what I've learned is reload the fricking shotgun, you complete numbskull. To be honest, what I think I also need is more shotgun ammo. Oh, wait, the Q-beam! Why am I always such a complete doofus? Okay, okay. Take 3. In fact, yeah, no. Okay, so what I want... I'm going to try and glue cannon them as they come and attack the turrets. I still would prefer not to drag the Flamey Boy, because he's a lot more powerful. Though... Okay. Well, I was thinking of a sneak attack on with the Q turret, but Q thingy, but it's cool, it's cool. Okay, so now I'll do this. Okay, one of them is dead, with no damage to the turrets. That's perfect. Now if I can just repeat that. Oh good, it gave me some glue back as well. Nice. Hang on, is someone on the move? Apparently Benoit is here. I'm going to have to call nonsense on that. I'm going to have to call nonsense on that completely. Unless Benoit has been possessed by the spirit of that science operator. I'll tell you what. Science operator, he can heal me.
Diagnosing. Bruising, abrasion, fatigue.
Okay. Let's also drop another suit heal. And then let's go for a repeat. I kind of can't help but see when you say about the turrets being on their break, I can't help but like see them like the turrets in Portal. The way they talk and everything, I guess. Interesting. Where did the thermal guy go? You have a painting of one. Who made the painting? You know what? I really need to get myself some game stuff. Like, some t-shirts of games, or some, like, models or something. I have very little in the way of gaming paraphernalia. So have you had it, like, for ages, then? Okay, that's the way to deep storage. I don't want to go to deep storage yet. I'm not ready for deep storage. I'm not ready for deep storage. Let's just clear out the research, because I have enough research. Weavers I still need to research. Mind-controlled humans I need to research. Telepath I need to research. It was someone on Etsy. Nice. I do need to do something like that, you know. I'm kind of tempted to just be cheap and to use the glue cannon to get up there. I reckon I could just glue cannon my way up. What do you think? Hang on. Well, I'm going to just take a quick peek at another route that I've remembered I completely forgot to look at. And actually there's this route as well, which I haven't looked at. Tell you what. Solid water, eh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, okay. I've made a terrible mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. Turrets! Oh, snap! Of course he freaking killed the turrets while I was gone. Why would he not kill the turrets while I was gone? And I can't repair them either. Okay. Reload! Quickly! Whew. I approve and endorse any plan which involves discriminate gluing. I was going to glue that guy. Whoa! He dropped a ton of stuff, including a health kit, which is nice. Thankfully, I should... Oi! 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 Tell me he didn't destroy the science operator. That's not the science operator, thankfully.
Hello. Nice to see you.
There he is.
Diagnosis.
Heal me.
Looks like you've had a rough day. I'll have you feeling better soon. All done. Don't
Thank you.
forget to complete a patient questionnaire. Your feedback will be invaluable.
So I'm completely out... No, I'm out. Not out of spare parts. I just, for some reason, I couldn't heal that one before. Do I need to check my ammo situation? Nope, I'm okay for now. It sounds like that, doesn't it? I'd never thought about that. This is the path. This is the path I wanted to check out. It's you're talking about, given by William Yu. You're talking about the food dispensers in Red Dwarf, aren't you? Now you say that, it reminds me exactly of that. You have a very good point there. Oh. Sorry, I just remembered I'm supposed to be taking tablets. So, unfortunately, my vertigo has still not gone away. But yeah, I remember my Red Dwarf. Ah. Dr. Howard changed the greenhouse password to Xenopod 1. So I now... Oh, is that the greenhouse that I couldn't get into before? Okay. Well, too late now. See if Dr. Howard's experimental plant seed water. Okay. Don't be dramatic. Don't be dramatic. I didn't even touch you. Hang on, let me drop a psi thingy as well. Let me get one of them recharged. Okay, okay. We were talking about gluing. Let's do some gluing. I think there is still one of the relatively weak thingies around, but I can kill that with my shotgun and some more glue, as it happens, if necessary. Certainly there were definitely two of those Typhons at one point. But yeah, okay. Hang on, let me just check my objective. The objective right now is to enter deep storage. So this is combo breaking. But let's try it. Where do I want to start? I probably want to start going up the wall. Like this. I don't want to use too much of this stuff.
Good evening, Talos. A word from our security chief, Ms. Alazar. To protect your co-workers' privacy, security terminals are reserved for authorized uses only. If you're not wearing a blue uniform, you're probably not authorized.
Okay. I've made it up one. I've just got to make it up two more. Let's start by placing another one there that I can hop onto. Oh, that was pretty tiny. I want bigger ones than that one, please. I'm going to struggle to get up if you make small things. It kind of is, isn't it? It kind of is. Yeah, I thought so. So why are these ones huge? No! Can I widen them a bit? I cannot. Okay, I cannot shoot extra glue onto the side of glue. Can I work my way up this side? I'm not sure this is going to be any more successful. Yeah. How would I solve this? If I were smart, what would I do here? Well, I'll tell you for one thing, if I were smart, I wouldn't have built something up that side in a way I couldn't get onto it from. But hey, I'm not smart, so what are you gonna do? No! No! Yes! Success! Okay. So this is my new platform I'm going to base myself on. Actually, no, I want to be on the other corner, don't I? Can I destroy those with the pistol? Yes. Okay. Okay. How am I going to play this? It's almost just to go for it, really, isn't it? Yes! It worked! I do love combo sequence breaking, even. Let's not look too far down there, lest I fall back down it. Okay, so I was never meant to get here. Not this early, anyway. What is going to go wrong by being up here? I mean, Alex's office. There has to be a high chance of an encounter that I shouldn't be doing right at this point, right? There has to be a good old chance of coming up against like a boss enemy. Some Typhon or something. Also, please colour me impressed that you're familiar with Paranoia. Oh, right, okay. I've got to be honest. When you were saying Paranoia, I was thinking of Paranoia like everything else. I think I have heard of Paranoia. It rings bells, but I've never played it, so I'm kind of going to lose all of the cool points that I just gained. What on earth is this? Stand clear? Some kind of transportation? Yeah, or a bridge will open up between there. Okay. I could conceivably be coming far too late in the story here. Whoa! It's a tabletop RPG. Has elements of dystopian 1984 stuff. Oh, okay. Tell me about it. What kind of, what's the basic premise? I think I've read this before. I do like my, tabletop RPGs. I've really only done like D&D. I did Warhammer Fantasy once. I was gonna start a Call of Cthulhu RPG with Senor, but that was supposed to start just before lockdown, and it kind of all went to pot. Everyone lives in an underground complex controlled by a computer. Each citizen has a clearance level denoted by a colour on the electromagnetic spectrum. Most people are infrared, black, the lowest clearance. You've been promoted to clearance level red. You are a troubleshooter. Okay, interesting. I am already intrigued.
You used to sneak into my room when we were kids, hacking into my computer. I still remember when you ruined my Galactic Conquistador save files. I broke your arm when I found out. I regret that now. But I'm still not fond of you messing with my stuff.
I was about to say, where's that guy I supposedly found? The personal assistant guy. But then I remembered he's the guy who mysteriously teleported over to the other place. You're a troubleshooter. You find trouble and shoot it. I mean, the logic is there. Essentially, the entire setting is dysfunctional to the extreme, and your character's life expectancy is measured in hours. Fortunately, you have clones. Nice. What's the downside to dying and reloading with a clone? Do you lose some like skill progressive or something? Oh, there you go. I'm presuming you're going to go on to explain it, but I'm very curious as to how the clones are defective. Your job is to find commie mutant traitors. You are also a mutant traitor. Are you a commie, though? Third excerpt from Commercialization of the Space Program, J.V. Edwards, Ph.D. The Reagan era signaled the end of government's strong support for the space race. Space now only belonged to the interested few, those who could afford it. Historians argued that Reagan pushed for a military justification, and with the right marketing, then perhaps the space program might have survived. However, without a significant threat to the US, there seemed little incentive. Our only other competitor, the Soviet Union, had already showed the danger of reaching too far too fast. Everyone else on your team is a mutant traitor, but you, in character, don't know that. I am very intrigued. Have I only got 2 neuromods right now? Yeah. Not quite enough. Okay, I think I'm going to go for Gunsmith next. Another weapon upgrade kit. Brother, I thank you for your generous donation. Surely not. Yeah, didn't think so. Midnight Songs, a classic anthology of Tang Dynasty verse. Okay, that I can't read for you. All in all, though, I'm kind of interested in the premise. It sounds kind of cool. Okay, the computer. Of course I don't know his password, and I don't have level 4, so I can't hack my way into it. The Neural Horizon. Second excerpt from Brandy's story. Case studies of neuromod donors and recipients. I asked Brandy if she felt betrayed by her paraplexis. She nodded, not in agreement, but understanding my point. Because they discovered they could map my brain, but I couldn't accept a neuromod myself? Her smile became firmer. I think that makes the gift more meaningful. It would be a year before it was, quietly, decided by TranStar to receive no further neural maps, connectomes, from paraplexis patients, citing unspecified risks. You and your team of troubleshooters are usually assigned a task which, on the surface, seems simple, like deliver this classified green clearance item to Central Human Resources Reprocessing Subgroup AA141. Fatalities can be expected to begin about 10 minutes after leaving the door. Is it just a straight, though, when you say troubleshooting, is it just a straight... Okay. I do need leverage too, then. Is it just a straight, things want to kill you and you must shoot them? Or is it like a... you slowly go insane and, like... half the damage you take is gonna be from each other and stuff, or okay, there's the way out. That's good. Let's check my objectives again. Okay, before I go to deep storage, let's go and check the bridge out. I'm kind of scared because I think I'm going to end up walking straight into a fairly hefty fight. Definitely half the damage is from each other, less from going insane, and more from being backstabbed and accused. Oh, so is it a bit like those various games? You know, not the tabletop games, but almost like I guess Among Us style, or I don't know if you remember a game called The Ship, an old classic game back in the day when people were starting to experiment with how PvP could be anything other than running around shooting everyone. Social deduction to a degree.
Good evening, Talos. Mr. Tucker
Hang on one
from
second.
HR would like to remind you that if your personal data has changed since the previous pay cycle, please contact him immediately. Mr. Tucker's office is on the second floor of the lobby.
Hang on, where's the greater? Oh, that is a greater mimic. Okie dokie then. Because I have to admit, in general, I do generally prefer cooperative to actively attacking each other, but I will definitely try anything out. Most tabletop RPGs are a collaboration between players against the challenges DM puts in. Oh, so it's kind of like there will be times when you have to attack each other, but in general you should be trying to find ways of beating the odds and you know, working together on things when the DM is trying to persuade you that actually you should be at each other's throats. Thank you. Where's my loot? What on earth is that? Okay, why is there a Typhon corpse here already? Paranoia, yeah, okay. Let me send you a picture from the first... Yeah, do it. I'll take a look. I was going to say it looks to me like there's something behind them. I'm really starting to need leverage too. When can I get leverage to? In 2 neuromods, but I also really want that other thing. Ooh, escape pods. Regular phantom. Cystoid nest. I'm going to guess that there's more than just those two here. Oh, hi. little bit higher. Maybe a gun? Where are these cystoids coming from? The only nest I can see is there, unless there's not one above me. Let me take a look at this. Whoa! Take a look at this. It's forest. Paranoia is set in a high-tech future underground city of lasers, robots, clone citizens, and an insane computer. This game has no character classes, no warriors, priests, wizards or rogues. No magic, and aside from the occasional giant radioactive mutant cockroach, no monsters. How can I not speak today? Yet that said, a good way to dramatize the unique paranoia, goodness sake, the unique nature of paranoia is to imagine another RPG's familiar dungeon crawl filter through the paranoid mindset. Okay, if fantasy RPG worked like paranoia, Game Master. You're in a long dungeon hallway with a dirt floor, stone walls, and an arching stone ceiling. There are burning torches in wall sconces every 10 feet. You see one door. Warrior player. What colour is the stone? Sort of orange. Ah! I'm only clearance red! Get me out of here! I'm casting mass rays. Hang on. Yeah. Mass rays security clearance to make us all orange. Passes note to the GM. I'm also casting Subvert to Communism on the warrior. Wizard, I'm using the Gem of Memory to document the priest's spellcasting. I may want to study his technique later. Of course, priest, of course. Looks significantly at the rogue, whom he subverted earlier. The rogue nods and passes a note to the GM. The GM rolls a 20-sided die. GM, alright, you're all orange for the moment, and you can pass safely down the hallway. Your orders, you recall, were to investigate the door. Passes note to warrior. You feel a strange, treasonous impulse to overthrow the existing social order and restore power to the people. Warrior. Come, comrade, follow, heroes. Let us break down the door. Wait, wizard, wait, did you call us a comrades? That's a commie word. Priest, of course he didn't. I heard nothing of the sort. Rogue, nor I. Are you levelling false accusations against our leader? That's treason. Wizard, don't anybody move. I'm not only levelling accusations, I'm levelling my wand of fireballs against all three of these traitors. By the way, I'm recording all of this with the Gem of Memory. GM, when you reach for it, you notice the gem is missing. Rogue, uh-oh, you've lost a very magical item. That'll mean a heavy fine at the guild hall. Wizard, I'm firing a fireball at all of them. GM rolls a 20-sided die. I'm sorry, it appears your experimental wand of fireballs has backfired. In a trice you are emanated in a ball of flame. Fortunately the fire is orange, so at least your charred body hasn't breached its proper security clearance. Scratch one, wizard. Your next simulacrum has just been dispatched from the guild hall and should arrive shortly. Wizard, you bar stewards are gonna pay. GM, no comments on the currently dead, please. Suddenly the door opens. A huge hobgoblin in leather armour stands there with his broadsword drawn. On his chest you see the mark of a silver hand. Rogue, I attack him with my... Warrior, wait, I wave my finger at him from under my chin. Priest and rogue, what? GM, the hobgoblin nods at your recognition signal and lowers his sword. He waves you all inside. Who's going in first? Warrior, priest and rogue, pointing at each other. Him! And so on. To repeat, none of the traditional fantasy elements in this resemble anything in Alpha Complex. Fair enough. That does seem complex and yet kind of cool, actually. Like I say, I tend to prefer the stuff without backstabbing elements, but it does kind of sound like it would be fun to give that a try. It's completely hilarious. It's generally a fairly silly game. Is it the kind of game where you don't really bother too much about like keeping on characters from previous campaigns? It's just basically designed for one-shots. It sounds like it's just designed to see how silly each session can get without really like having continuity. It does sound cool though. You can run campaigns, but it's more designed towards short campaigns or one-shots. Yeah. Is it designed as well that like is it designed that like the campaigns are all tend to be pre-written? Because the stuff like that, it almost sounds like it's designed to encourage homebrew stuff. You saw nothing. Nope. Nope. Ouch. I really hope that there's not another phantom in here. Ow.
Integrity damaged.
Ow. Ow. I'm gonna die. Yep. This game really is designed to like push either your skill or your ingenuity at all points. Sadly, I'm not that ingenious. Nope, nope. Oh, there were just some cytoids lying around, were there? I see. Oh, why didn't I think of this? That was stupid of me. It's okay, I didn't lose much damage. I'm kind of weirded out, honestly, by the constant... Ow? By the constant ow, yes. By the constant, I don't actually know what I was about to say. I could just take an escape pod and leave right now. That'd be one way of finishing this game. I don't think I killed it. I'm pretty sure I didn't kill it. Maybe I killed it. This could be a mistake, so I'm going to drop another quick save. Yeah, I think I actually killed it. Another weapon upgrade kit. There are a lot of dead people in here. Launch controls. I actually could launch right now. Interesting. I'm kind of tempted. Just to see what would happen. There's a lot of pre-written campaigns to use, but you absolutely can run your own stories. One of my favourite tales about a game had the players all using a palm scanner at the door to a room. And on the last player, the scanner malfunctioned and trapped the character's hand, so the DM handcuffed the hard drive to the player's wrist and refused to acknowledge it until the character got the scanner. Hang on, so the DM handcuffed that hard drive to the player's wrist and refused to acknowledge it until the character got the scanner off. By refused to acknowledge it, Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can secure the door. By refuse to acknowledge it, you mean refuse to tell the players that it had happened?
This escape pod is currently experiencing a malfunction.
Of course it
Engineering has
is.
been notified. Please use another.
Let me guess. They're all going to do that, right? Paranoia is most fun when
This
you let a bit of the
escape pod is
game
currently
leak onto the
experiencing a
table.
malfunction. Engineering has been notified.
How? In
Please
what
use
sense?
another.
Like, as in you start to kind of represent what's going on with like hand signals and pieces of paper, cards, and so on. No, so the character had a scanner stuck on their hand, so the player got the hard drive cuffed to them, and the DM just went, "Oh, I see. Right, fair enough. Interesting." It does sound a laugh, I gotta be honest, it does sound a good laugh. Okay, so for the time being, the escape pods aren't doing much for me. I really need to go somewhere I can... Oh, hang on, is there no other... Where? Command deck. Oh, of course, this place. Oh, yeah, I really need to, Oh, good. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't do it. Another example is putting a pot of pens in the middle of the table for n players, and having n-1 red pens and 1 blue pen. Then when a player takes the blue pen, you kill their clone for using... Oh, okay, yeah, I get. So it's very meta, basically. And that'll be what the... That'll be what the whole... Did I just see a mimic? That'll be what the whole rogue flipping out because he's not the right clearance thing was all about. So it's designed to be kind of quite a lot of like arbitrary deaths and so on in it. Hang on. Oh, right, wait, yeah, okay, I backtracked here. That's fine. Let's go back to the place where I can knock stuff down. Knock stuff down, you know what I mean. Still very confused.
Hello, are you here for an appointment?
Oh yeah, tell you what, actually you can heal me up, please.
Superficial injuries. Nothing of portable.
I've been considering running a one-off for for Kirsty's community, which is why it's on my mind at the moment. Yeah, it would be interesting. Oh, and there's more of them. They're spreading. They're multiplying. Oh, right, he's in there. Okay, well, I've gone the complete wrong way right now, haven't I? What I want to do is head back to that place where I can craft stuff. And I think it's over here, isn't it? Although I can't handcuff things to people over Discord. So when you were talking about handcuffing people, you mean like actually, genuinely, in real life handcuffed them? I thought I was just convinced you meant like in the game. I was just thinking like, this seems like a bit of a hard thing to acknowledge without them just going, okay, well it doesn't exist then. Neuromods. All of the neuromods, please. Actually, genuinely in real life, the DM got a real pair of handcuffs and cuffed a hard drive to their friend. Interesting. So it kind of encourages creativity in... Hang on, shotgun shells... Oh, okay, that's fine. It encourages creativity in preparing as DM as well. Okay, so what are my objectives right now? Shall I just go into deep storage? Deep storage. I can't do that right now. Find Julian Howard. I'm going to go to deep storage, and I might come back here to try and do the Julian Howard thing. Pretty sure that's back to the lobby. How long does the average session last as well? I guess it can just go on for as long as you want to, can't it? Bridge. I don't like the idea of going and facing that electric thing again. Let's just go to deep storage for now. Ah, hello. Okay, nice. So that's another place I can get to through the outside of the ship now. Awesome. 3 or 4 hours or so for a single one shot. It does kind of seem confusing to navigate, I will give you that. On the plus side, it does kind of tell you where to go for everything quite well. Treasure map for Horden Baffle Flagdarsterus. Horden... Tell me, Pharaoh, if it does or does not. Horden Baffle Flagdarsterus sounds like a perfect D&D character name to me. That sounds like... I'm torn between a rogue or a wizard. Then again, there has actually been a D&D game in this game. So maybe it's related to that. You wouldn't bat an eye to see a character with that name. Exactly. Okay, let's take his... Ooh, crew quarters, nice. Actually, I can backtrack to the crew quarters now.
Ivy, what is it?
How's it coming?
I can't get this damn thing open. Where's Danielle?
Still not answering. What's wrong?
Danielle tied the lock to her voice. We need her to speak the key phrase or we're not getting in here.
Would voice samples work? Transcribe recordings?
Yes, if they have the right words. Or if we gathered enough to map her voice to a consonant and vowel list and started running patterns.
I'll see if I can find her. Or her transcribe. I'll check her room first.
All right, Ivy, but look, don't do anything stupid. Ivy? Ivy? Shit.
Yeah, a bard, actually, you're right. What's Detour?
It's unlikely Chief Show is still alive. I advise you follow Zachary West's strategy. Hack together voice samples. Your transcribe is equipped with the necessary software. It's how you made my voice. Danielle's cabin might be a good place to get started.
Right, so I'm going to crew quarters then. Oakley dokily. I was kind of heading there anyway. Kind of can't help feeling there's something down there, but I'm not sure there actually is. But yeah, there's been a D&D game represented in this game, so maybe it will actually turn out to be one of their characters. Okay, crew quarters. think it's going to be through here, isn't it? No, not through the bridge. Yeah. Here we are, crew quarters.
Hello, welcome to see you. Maybe I can help you.
Frickin' thing. You know what? I love that kind of tired attempt at a swing. But yeah, okay, now I don't have to keep trying to slide through this luggage cart.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Maybe
Hello.
you can.
Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
Hang on. Oh, okay, that's fine. Need more Pepsi. Man, I need to drink more fizzy drinks. I used to drink, well, not as many as people characterize my drinking, but I used to drink a fair bit of Coke, and I barely ever have it now. Although, that said, I did have some earlier today, so I can't really complain. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, it's the freaking nightmare.
You, I see you. Another puppet.
Okay.
Come closer. Yeah.
Oh, just kill me.
A little closer.
Just kill me. I'm presuming that killing the nightmare will not stop it from just constantly reappearing. Not that I'm sure I could kill it right now anyway. If it's always going to turn up in there, that's going to be a problem. I'm stuck! Door stuck! Door stuck! I wonder if cycling, going in and out of this place, will force it to, like, despawn. That would be classic game behaviour at the very least. Or would it just follow me through into the next area? That could be awkward as well, but at least I could just trace back to Alex's office and hide in the usual position.
For an appointment?
Nope, no, I'm seeing a nightmare countdown. Seeing a nightmare countdown, but I'm not actually seeing a nightmare. Maybe I've got away with it.
Hello, are you here for an appointment?
Oh, I certainly am.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
I'm just going to kind of sit here and relax with these pomegranate trees for 2 minutes, I think. And when I've survived these 2 minutes, I think I'll go and take another look in that area. Hopefully that'll be enough to persuade it to stop doing this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. You return. So I went... You've seen the nightmares before, haven't you? The huge skulking things that just go around shooting ridiculous things at you. And so as soon as I entered that area through there, as you can see by the countdown on the left-hand side, it appeared. They don't look so tough. Yeah, they look fine. They look friendly. It kind of like, it instantly took a shining to me. So I thought about it and basically went, I'm going to cheese it back into the previous area. And interestingly, it hasn't followed me, but the countdown has remained. So I'm hoping that if I just muck around for a couple of minutes while the countdown ends, That it'll basically not be there afterwards. If it does come back, then I'm kind of slightly stuffed. Sounds like a plan. One thing I don't understand about this right now. Let me go and check that mission for the Surviving the Nightmare. The Typhons sense you're a threat to their ecology and have created a nightmare to hunt you. Use stealth or distraction to evade the nightmare until it leaves the area. So, I presume if I kill it... I don't know. It says that they've created the nightmare. I want to believe that if I were able to kill it once and for all, then I just wouldn't have to face it. You know, it would be gone for the rest of the game. But, you know, boss defeated. But, you know, in my heart, I want to believe that. In my head, I think they'll just keep creating new ones. I think that's kind of the whole point of the game, is to make you keep doing this. Hey, HP, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you again. I don't think I've ever actually seen a poltergeist yet. I've seen them moving stuff around. Well, I mean... I'm not seeing a nightmare around here.
Stupid puppets. What? You too? You want to come into the kitchen? Come.
Wait, oh, what? Oh, right, they become suicide bombers, okay. So, to be honest, I don't want to kill them up close anyway. I don't really want to, I don't really want to try taking them on like that, because it's just going to hurt me a lot. Yeah, I'm okay, HP. I'm pretty good, thank you. Hope you're doing okay.
Stupid beast. You think you can kill me with them?
I'd imagine you can kill it and it's gone. I don't feel like they'd give you the explicit... Maybe. But then it keeps... If I evade it, then it keeps respawning. But yeah, you may be right.
Silly. When will you stop? Stop! Can't think with all the puppet bombs. Why do you obey? You can't fight the beast voice.
Okay. You keep spouting nonsense. Oh, you idiot. Come on. Really? Can I move this one at least? Kind of. But yeah, I just don't know, to be honest. And I've learnt not to trust anything in this game. Which, in fairness, is pretty much the point of the game, I think. So I don't know.
Requesting new operator.
Oh, hello. I'll take them plasma bags, then you.
490 medical class operator.
Diagnosing, bruising, abrasions, fatigue.
Thank you, Doc.
Take long there.
I'm feeling right as rain.
Can you?
There's at least one more mind control guy walking around here. Hang on. This is a big old area, isn't it? There's a security station over there. If there's a security station, there should be Just taking a peek for this other mind control guy. There's a security station. There should be an area map download.
How many bodies do we have, huh?
Hey, cat, how you doing? Oh boy, this is quite large. This is a little bit large. The yellow tulip. This is a hefty old bit large. This is going to take some clearing out, this place. What's best to go to first? Okay, so the path up to the yellow tulip, etc., is over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to say let's clear out the crew cabins first. Also, I just realised that there's a station map. How did I never realise there's a station map before? You can trust your wrench. Your wrench would never betray you. Your wrench loves you. Your wrench is not a mimic. Pharaoh, stop doing it. Stop doing it. You know that I don't trust anything right now. I haven't been down to the shuttle bay yet. Shuttle bay also connects to Guts. Okay. That could be a useful way of getting back to Guts. This is quite useful, actually. This is a pretty cool thing. Interesting. Pursuant to Alex Yu's orders, I have compiled a report concerning Annalise Gallegos and Associates. Enclosed is also a suspicious conversation between Will Mitchell and Quentin Purvis, to be reviewed by AU ASAP.
You run out of puppets, huh? Maybe you stop.
I got the container set up.
This is pretty weird, Quentin.
I know, but if we...
I don't want to know. I'm doing this as a favor, that's all.
Cargo container 3232. It's on the other side of Cargo Bay B, next to the utility tunnel.
When I was head chef at the Space Institute, no one asked me to conceal food in a cargo container.
Just go easy on the ill, alright?
Okie dokie. So I've got to find 3232 then. Subject, Dr. Annalise Gallegos, prepared by Officer Malia Fowles. For Alex Yu, known associate Quentin Purvis, known associate William Mitchell. Subject left private quarters, presumably to report for first shift, verified with psychotronic security. Subject returned to private quarters during first shift hours, reason unknown. Quentin Purvis was observed entering subject's quarters. Quentin Purvis left subject quarters, observed carrying a portable drive, possibly handcuffed to wrist after game of paranoia. Subject left private quarters, walked to cafeteria, and was admitted to kitchen by Chef Will Mitchell. Subject left crew quarters, verified with psychotronic security. Subject reported back to workstation. Subject returned to crew quarters, took meal into room. I'm glad you got that, Pharaoh. I'm glad you appreciated that. Okay. Please help me, there's someone trying to enter my room. I have nowhere to hide. Hurry! Basement in space? Seriously, my quarters have no view of space? No windows at all? What is the one thing that a visitor staying on a space station might enjoy? Surely you have better quarters for Argentino Pero. Oh, this guy likes referring to himself in the third person. He's definitely dead. I don't know what passes for sparkling wine on board Talos, but I assure you the flat urine your concierge delivers does not qualify. I poured it into the toilet where it belongs. I want a replacement as soon as possible. Better yet would be a bottle of that Sada Bourbon I understand your CEO likes. And more glasses as well. The others are broken. FYI, the code to the fitness center has changed. Too many people had given out the code to employees that didn't have the service docked from their pay stubs. The new one is 0435, in case anyone who's paid for it forgets it. Oakley Dokley. Let me maybe take a look at... Oh, he is a World Cup MVP. Interesting. I'm starting to understand why he refers to himself in the third person. Apparently Gary Snow mind controlled is in this direction. Okay, okay. Oh, there's also a staircase up to the yellow tulip there as well. Or is it? Is it to the yellow? Well, where else would it be to? Okay. Tell you what. If we're now mainly fighting humans, this might be a time when the silenced pistol comes into play. Especially if they're suicide bomber humans. Hang on, where is Argentino Pero? I thought I'd identified him. Also, 2 minutes data telling me I've got new things to look at. I can't concentrate with all this input. I don't know. There is a fabricator in the kitchen, though, of the cafeteria. I thought you were going to say, where is Argentina? Where is Argentina? I looked for it next to Uruguay and Brazil, but it seems to have gone missing. Okay, so to get into these things, I need the keycards from around the place. I can't just hack my way into these things. Someone liked pizza? Is Jorgen Torstein me? Oh, recycler charge fabrication plan, eh? More weapon upgrade kits. Oh yeah, of course. I can stick more, not neuromods, I can stick more chipsets in, can't I? Might as well, since I've got 6 of them. I can't get more scope chipsets right now, though. Why? Why is there always data to be read? Okay, at least I've done all the mind control humans now. My new employer, Dr. Torsten, I just want to write to you personally and thank you for my new employer. I know some people have been on a waiting list to get one of these, and it's a pleasant surprise. I'm sure I've seen this elsewhere. I've seen this. This is the from email, isn't it? I've read this on the 2. It's actually cool. That's actually a pretty cool touch that you can see both the from and tos on these. Part requisition. Just wanted to clear a Morgan request again. Morgan was down in hardware today, just standing there as if not sure where to go. And when I offered to help, Morgan asked for more operator parts. I asked if the last ones we'd sent hadn't been sufficient, and I got a blank look. I mean no offence, but Morgan's requisitioned enough to repair any operator in the station 5 times over now. We have other operators that need maintenance. Okay. I mean, everyone at this point seems to be a bit sus, so that doesn't tell me an awful lot. I saw this door moving a minute ago. Oh, hi. I can hear something. Okay, nice pair of footsteps. Wonderful. That's always positive. I'm not seeing any mimics. I am seeing a dead body, though. I'll take your crumpled paper. Ooh, disruptor batteries. Three medkits! I mean, they're pretty hefty. I don't know how he carries them all around. And more anti-rad farmer plans. It'd be nice if it, like, made them cheaper to like use or something to pick up multiple, but I don't think it does. What is it that needs repairing just beneath the floor? Ah, there's a door down, is there? Interesting, interesting. I guess the subfloor. It's certainly an idea. Okay, this is sounding more and more like Typhon. Hi! Bye! Oh good, there's another one. Where's the other one? Ah, it's a... I was just saying I hadn't seen one of these before.
More specimens required.
Ow. I'm still taking damage even after it's died. What am I taking damage from? Oh, it's destroyed that. Wonderful. I do love arcing electricity. That's positively fan-frigging-tastic. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try pausing... Oh, I can't yet. Once this is reloaded, I'm going to try pausing time and seeing if I can repair that. Ow! Ow! Ooh! Now that I've repaired that... What on earth was that? Now that I've repaired that, I'm going to backtrack over here and get another free heal from the medbot.
Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. This won't take
Honestly though, space station this old, you need to be watching out for space rot. Once you get space rot set into your subfloor, the whole thing usually ends up needing... Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. I see glue. Although I've got to say, this place looks quite nice, to be honest. I don't think there is that much. Hi, Gary. I don't think there is that much space rot here. I've definitely seen shabbier. I've seen shabbier space stations. Is he going to set himself on fire? I would love that. That was stupid of me, wasn't it? I don't really want to attract his... Oh, great, I've attracted his attention anyway. I was going to say, if he wants to set himself on fire as well, that would be perfect. God damn it, I'm so stupid. I mean, you could just try. You're not trying that hard. Who have I just alerted over there? Just no willpower these days. People just have no interest in their own, like, in their own well-being.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Yeah, heal me again.
Pardon me. Diagnosing bruising, abrasions, fatigue. Nothing.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell you what, I haven't been in the mail room yet. Let's hack our way in. Oh, this is going wrong. This is going wrong. I'm not sure I'm going to make this. Oh, that was close. That was close. Ooh, hello. Hello, shotgun shells, my old friend. 3 neuromods as well. Okay, so with the 3 neuromods, I now have enough to get me... Let's clear this out. To now get me some Gunsmith 1. Then I can come back here and make my shotgun even more happy. More firepower, yes. Thank you. And yes, Ambassador, you are spoiling me. A bit more ammo capacity, I won't say no. The glue gun as well could be... Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. Oh, that requires lab tech. Of course, I see. It's not a security weapon. Is this thing a security weapon? It's probably not, is it? Yeah, it's lab tech. The pistol is. I suppose I can just use the pistol on them. Or I could upgrade the shotgun even more. Yeah, maybe actually. Reducing recoil probably will reduce the amount of time to fire it again, won't it? I am using the shotgun pretty heavily, so I can't complain too much. Does seem a little bit faster. I'll take it. Okay. So let's continue my clear out of this place. I don't remember her body being on the floor. Her body was sat on that chair before. I could really do with finding a recycle point. Oh, another suit repair kit. I might as well use one of them. Oh, I used the wrong thing. I used some food instead. Oh well. It's fine. Let's get trusty Mimic Wrench out again. Ah, here we go. Melinda Shadow Corner. I told you, Pharaoh. I told you there was D&D sheets in this. Except it's Fatal Fortress, not D&D. I wonder if there's some kind of quest mission in this game to find all the D&D sheets. Danielle, missed you. Leaving your character sheet here, but I have a spare in case you don't make it back before the game. And don't worry, it looks great. See you at the rec center. More neuromods. I just need one more and I can get leverage 2 now. Is that Todo or to do? Find missing transcribe. Check theatre. Get my stuff from Abby's cabin. Finish draft of apology letter. Pull head out of ass. Prioritize relationship over work. Ah, okay.
recording this? Joint transcribes are fun. They are not. It's like mental scrapbooking. You both save the moments that matter.
Okay, cool. Oh, so I'm gonna have to find 10 of these.
Dear future us. Today, future us, we are not calling ourselves that. Today, I was able to convince my beautiful but stubborn partner to stay in bed and not report for an extra shift. And this is the reward I get.
Nice, nice. Decent progress. Is that one of those tracking bracelets? Get out of it. So I wouldn't have found her anyway. Ah, book 1 of the Starbender cycle. Empress Tourmaline gazed past her a stern reflection into the inky black, her angular features circumscribed by the prime viewing dome of the capital ship Shadowthrax. The Royal Astronomer clears his throat. Furthermore, Your Majesty, the Dark Star anomaly will gain momentum once it begins devouring systems. Within a matter of months, the entire galaxy will be consumed. From that point, it will have enough mass to pull its galaxies into its maw. I suppose you want me to fund an expedition to find this Starbender prism. The way you prattle on about the thing, if it exists, it might be the key to saving our galaxy. Your Majesty, there's only one man I know mad enough to take this on. You can't mean Trevor Pulsar. I'm kind of loving these Pulsar books, actually. Even though Trevor is the most stupid name for a sci-fi character. Apologies to any Trevors out there.
Nope, this sounded serious, so I wanted to shut my transcribe off. So you're asking me if it's okay to record our game on the transcribes. Yes, I know using the memory, it's not right. I can't be having this conversation. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna lose my job for even talking to you about this. What? What? Exactly. What you're going to do is have dinner with me. What? You say what a lot when you should say yes. Yes? See? All settled. Don't worry about the transcribes. It's not against regulation. So, are you gonna invite me to this game or not?
Wow, that was one way for people to get together. She seems like a real nice character. Also, I love the way that she basically wants to Twitch stream her Fatal Fortress sessions. Oh, hello. My password. Dr. Calvino, for starters, if you have any more questions about passwords, please email the IT department and don't use my personal address. Second, you should never type your password into an email. Regardless how tight security is, you never know. Third, the password guidelines are just that, guidelines. You're all grown-ups and can use whatever you want, but we have a list of recommendations for keeping your password safe. My workstation said that it was time to update my password. I wanted to know if it was okay to use Kublai Khan and whether that fits your requirements. Hey Danielle, I'm putting a late shift on the bridge tonight and I left my transcribe on my pod. Could I convince you to bring it for me on your way to deep storage? I've got so many missions now. By the way, I have some ideas for making our uniforms look a little more pop star for our demonstration at the Tulip. Don't be scared. Oh man, I gotta see these uniforms when we get to the Tulip. Whoa! Using the wrong analog stick. Treasure hunt. Greetings, adventurers. Each of you should have a map fragment by now. I managed to hand them... Oh, I see. To some of you in person. Others might have noticed a new file in your workstations after the last session. They are map fragments. Work together and figure out the clues. Once you have, return to my quarters and you will be given your prize. Your humble game master, Abigail. Interesting. Investigate Horden Baffles map. Nice. How many objectives have I... let's clear out the frickin' data. How many missions have I got now? Investigate the cafeteria. Will Mitchell is alive in the kitchen of the crew quarters and broadcasting over the loudspeakers. This is just go to deep storage. That's one we've already looked at. The Arboretum, exterior, that's guts. Search cargo bay for the secret crate where Quentin Purvis intended to hide. It looks like it's supposed to be pronounced deep storage. Deep storage. You may have a point there. Guess I can't go in her place. Oh, let's go in the toilets. More evidence of struggles, that's always nice. Whoa! So is this how they record all of these things then? Can I mess with this a bit? Okay, everyone remember the 23rd of May 05. I guess that's going to end up being a password or something. Oh yeah, 23rd, yeah. Can I... How would I mess with this? What small object can I find? This'll do. There. Okay, yeah, sure. Nope. Nope, it just fell through the floor. However, of course, if this is that glass, then... Hello! Hey! You just bought it, nice! Have I've not put you off then? No, I don't want to lock it again. Open it! 3 neuromods. Hello? Hello there indeed. Let's spend some neuromods. I could get leverage too. I do have 6 neuromods now. That'll be enough for hacking 3. Or what else? Allows use of weapon upgrade kits to upgrade non-standard. Oh, I see. Okay. So that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Such fun. I know, I can't help it. I see glass, I just want to smash it. Increases damage with security weapons. I don't know which to get. On the one hand, leverage will help me move stuff around to get to new places. On the other hand, this will do a nice old bit of... This will do a nice bit of increased damage to for my weapons. Much better than just upgrading them by hand. You kind of do want everything in this game. You really do. Enemies take longer to detect you when you're sneaking and crawling. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get firearms, because I'm increasingly needing this, and I'm going to get this so that I stay stealth longer. Sneak attack would be actually really, really nice as well. That would actually encourage me to go out and start shooting things in the back. Did I find out about the duplication glitch yet? I did not find out about the duplication glitch yet. I'm not sure if I will cheat enough to do it much, but tell me about the duplication glitch. Because I do like playing around with things, I've got to be honest. Oh, I could have just turned the looking glass off and found it that way.
Never removed a neuromod, and yet today I could not find my way to the hardware labs. I wandered the Arboretum for an hour.
The Arboretum's not that big.
I know me you suspects. I cannot keep making toys for TranStar when I told Alex what I want to try. He gave me a device to help. Parapsychological contraption. Morgan made it. Some of the components are beyond me.
It's with the recycler, okay. what else to do with the recycler.
Dream again. There is something wrong with this station. Something here with us, but I am hallucinating now. There is no question. I tried to open the locker, but I could not remember our anniversary. And for a moment, even her name escaped me. Her name! If one day I wake up and cannot even remember the work I am doing, I must give it all to Morgan. He will know what to do with it. First test. Anterior electrodes overheated after 6 seconds. But I swear, there was a moment I saw her again. The day we met on the Costa Amalfi. Her lemon sundress. My Clorinda.
You need to fill all the slots with 0.1 of any material. Then you zoom out of it, save it, then reload, and recycler registers it at 48 blocks. Whoo! That is a tasty exploit there. I'm not usually one for using things to make unnatural progress in games. But I might just try that out for a laugh, because even though I don't generally like, you know, breaking games like that, I don't like basically trying to make it too easy on myself, I do like finding bugs. Bill, if you're injured or sick, you get a pass. Otherwise, it's 75 minutes of exercise per week. Minimum! Code to gym is 0435, in case you forgot. I've already found that password, but that's fine. Keep expecting to find a mimic in one of these. This is the world's largest toilet, with an empty food tin in it. Okay. There's not really anything here then. Surprisingly, that glitch was discovered when the game came out, which was seen as a game-breaking glitch. What a surprise. Hang on, let me just pop a quick save again. Where am I up to? This is the crew habitation pods. That's fine. Surely there's a mimic in here. I would find it very hard to believe there wasn't a mimic in here. They tried patching it, but consoles bypass it. Nice. I always enjoy it when people manage to fail to fix their own bugs.
This is Fowles.
Officer Fowles. Malia, I have an important request. It's sensitive, though. I need to know I can trust you with a surveillance matter.
Yes, of course, sir. It's just that normally I can't do something like that without consent from Chief Elazar HR and another director.
Those people report to me, Malia.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I want you to keep an eye on Annalise Gallegos. Where she goes, the house she keeps, visitors.
I'll log everything on the security computer.
Good. Send me a report at the end of the week.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we already knew that he was looking into her. Nothing to see here. Oh, hello. It's the PlayStation 7 controller again. Oh, and some udon noodles. They're only out of date by about 3 weeks, probably. Hang on, let's go back and check these as well. Anders, your package arrived. Front desk. If I'm not here, the code is 3079 on the gate. Ah, I could have used that code to get through, but it's fine. I hacked my way through successfully. What? What just... Is that... See, this is what I mean when I say it concerns me, because, like... The way that the mimics kind of roll around and move just is basically the same as physics glitches. I think I just got physics glitched there. But I can't be sure. I remember someone did some nudity art with a glue gun. That would be impressive. Because the glue gun is, I mean, it's functional, but it's not the simplest thing to muck around with. It's like, if I place two things here and try and shoot between them, it's not going to do anything. Ooh, hello. I'll take your dart. Hi, Mommy. I've been having bad dreams since you left. Dr. Preston said I should draw in it and that would make them go away. I hope you like my picture and I've come home soon. I love you, Ko-Ray. Granger's Memories. Excerpt from a journal written by Hardy Granger. I always try and read it as the 9th of the 27th. Frickin' American dates. Curse you, America! 27th of September, 2034. I should still be down there playing. My guys need me and my shoulder just couldn't deliver. I couldn't deliver. I brought a load of autographed gloves with me and passed them out like candy at Halloween, but it turns out a lot of these test tubers don't follow sports at all, much less know about my career, short as it was. What are the chances Mr. Yu could set me up with the neuromods I'd need to put me back in the game? Heck, he could even buy a franchise and stock it with the greatest players that ever lived. If I got a neuromod, would it be me playing? The league would never let modded players in, but how would they know? Hey, we've got another character sheet. This is Rosalind Swift. With her longbow and dagger. What would a game be like if you took out wisdom and charisma? I guess I can understand charisma not being needed. Wisdom, I guess you could merge into intelligence. Oh, hang on, I can, like, rotate it from side to side, kind of, for some reason. Anyway, colour me impressed all the same about the people managing to do the nudity art. Okay. Of course. Of course. That would be a breach, you know, going to the outside world. Wouldn't you? I would be slightly concerned, I gotta be honest, if I found out that I was in one of those little booths there, and on the other side of a thin bit of metal was, like, space. I think I'd feel very exposed, like I was constantly in danger of just being sucked out. I'm glad I'm not in the conversation yesterday with Carthy, Laura and Kirsty and everyone. Well, they would definitely have turned that into a clip as well. Okay, let's try the other side. And then it's time for the fitness center. This is another thing I would need leverage. I'll need leverage 3 for this one. It looks like it connects somewhere around Elazar's quarters. Which I can't access anyway. Or just spend more time. Yeah, I will grant you that one. Okay, I can get in here. Oh, good. Run away! Brave Sir Robin ran away. He bravely ran away, away. Brave Sir Robin turned about. Gallantly he chickened out. Brave Sir Robin. I can't actually remember. Now that I'm playing the game, I can't remember the words there. Oh, okay. It makes your weapons stop working. That is interesting. It's also quite tough. Oh, thank goodness for the extra shot I had in there. It's Crouch O'Clock, it certainly is. Let's see if I can actually, now that I'm not in combat, let's see if I can remember all the lyrics. So, I mean, I guess there's two parts, isn't there? There's, bravely bold Sir Robin rode forth from Camelot. He was not at all afraid to be... yeah, I can't remember any of it now, can I? He was not at all afraid to be... no, I remember bits and pieces, but I just can't remember the whole thing anymore. I'm disappointed in myself. This is horrid. This is awful. What kind of a man am I if I can't remember the lyrics to Bravely Bold Sir Robin? What about the other bit? Can I remember the other bit? Brave Sir Robin ran away. He bravely ran away, away. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Brave Sir Robin. No, I genuinely can't. I used to know all those lyrics. What am I? I'm a failure of a human being, that's what I am. I know, I remember Braves, I remember gallantly he turned about and... No. Something turned about and gallantly he chickened out. I remember... Deo. Ooh, hello. Hello. The process doesn't hurt, not at all. Brandy Grace speaks happily, enthusiastically. Her smile is radiant, her eyes bright. There's no hint of the paraplexus eating at her nerve endings. I've already read this, haven't I? When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail. Yeah, why did I not remember that? Yeah, it's that bit first, isn't it? When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. He's yes, something. Oh, come on, I'm not going to remember anymore. Clearly, me playing games is like... completely... It just wipes my brain at all times. Orchestrated objective reduction. Consciousness originates from processes inside neurons. Core consciousness is based on non-compatible quantum processing. It kind of does look like redaction, doesn't it? Oh yeah, no, it can't be reduction because there's no C. Orchestrated objective redaction. No, it can't be redaction either. There's no C for that either. Reclusion. Could be reclusion, I suppose. Okay, so what I really need right now is... Hello. What I really need right now is to find a, like, what's the word station? One of the ones that, like... Hello, Mimic. Recycling station. Okay, this seems friendly. Oh, it's a poltergeist again. Of course it is. I mean, last time just shotgunning the thing seemed to work. I guess I could... It seemed relatively weak. Whoa! That seemed to work, although I am very low on ammo for this thing now. Right, I'm gonna have to think about what I do now. Because I could really do with... I could really do with a recycler plant. There's none of them marked on here, are there? Recyclers are the green items. Green ones. There is one up there. Okay. That's not too far. I can make that. I'm probably going to have to fight one thing on my way there, I would guess, but I can do this. First, let's come back here and get a heal from my friendly neighborhood med bot. Heal me.
Looks like you've had a rough day. This won't take long.
Thank you. Is it this staircase I want to go up? Yeah, go up this staircase, and it should put me pretty much right next to the thing. I'm just going to drop another quick save. This place looks pretty dark. There's a phantom. Hi. Thank goodness I got that skill that makes me harder to spot, eh? Oh snap, and I can kill those things in 2 shots now as well. That's very nice. Putting all the stuff into shotgun is actually helping me out. I'm starting to become a bit more functional in this game. You know what? Why am I mucking around with this? Transfer all the junk first. And that. And that. Oh, hang on, here. Yeah, so there's this recycler glitch. Was it the recycler, sorry? Or was it, was it the recycler or was it the fabricator? Let me just do these first, because I need to clear my inventory out. You need to fill all the slots with 0.1 of any material. Can I split them? Is that a thing? Yeah, I can, actually. Hang on, it looks like I can change the thingy of it as well. Let me just... split that again. Whoops. Split that again. Split it again. How many? Oh, I'm going to need quite a few, aren't I? I am going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 56. No, that's 48. You complete numbskull map. 48 item I'm going to need. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Let's start off with the ones I've got here, I guess. Oh, come on. There is clearly a way of changing the split while I'm doing this. Yeah, I can... Oh, I can use up and down on the D-pad. That's cool. Okay, let's put these ones in, because I assume I can just do this progressively. Is it 0.1 or 0.01? If you're still here, Wild. Hey, JDM, it's not fucking freezing anymore. Good to hear. Oh, it's gonna actually... Okay, this is gonna be really awkward to do then. Like, really awkward to the point of possibly just being too annoying. I'd have to do it all in one, which would mean I would need to actually... Oh, actually, no, not necessarily. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Whoa! What happened there? Somehow I hit R2, despite the fact I clearly did not hit R2. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can break these cuffs. No, I can't. I actually would have to have it already split out. And that would be hideously annoying. Okay. Fair enough. Well, it's interesting to know that I can do that. JDM, what was the Liverpool score in the end? I saw what it was at half time, but I never saw the final score. Mike, when you're heading up to exec suites to fix the cooling system, can you bring Morgan these supplies? By the way, the code to the grav shaft has changed. It's 2272. Thanks, Kev. No, so I tried. I briefly tried using it. So the annoying thing is... Oh, so you didn't score? I actually thought you were going to... I genuinely thought you'd pull that around, honestly. I thought Fulham were the perfect opportunity, you know, the perfect team. They actually are, fair enough. I generally don't follow the... Yeah, I kind of keep my mind off the scores for City during the matches, but it's cool. I'm not surprised, to be honest. It's the exact kind of thing that we tend to do. I've been following since the dark days of like the 90s, so even now I just can't get hopeful about things. Everything to me is just the start of like the complete downfall. Every potential match is just a slip up waiting to happen. I just can't, you know, even when you go on a ridiculous winning run, I just can't like believe that it'll keep going. So I'm not really surprised. It was bound to happen at some point. Oh, there's a turret. Where's the turret? Oh, that is the yellow tulip. I bet I could just smash through this as well. Me? My family is... Yeah, I can. My family is from Manchester. Well, my mum certainly is. So I got brought up as a City fan. The wrench. Let's go and get rid of that, shall we? That's just going to use up vital space. Transfer, and all the junk, please. How much stuff do I have right now? Almost enough for 3 neuromods. Almost. But not quite. Okay, let's head back. And finish off this place, because there was some stuff down here I couldn't pick up before. I don't think I went in here. I'm not sure I went in here at all. Dr. or someone Kelstrop. I don't know why I just automatically assumed that they were a doctor. Well, yeah, same as Liverpool, same as Man United. Canned pears. Greetings, Dr. Kelstrup. Unfortunately, we won't see another case of canned pears until the next supply shuttle arrives. As always, Elliot will mark them with EDS. EDS. Thank you for your patience. The cramp is setting in. I love the cramp. From my awkward, horrible seating positions when I play in games. Just curled up in chairs in really awkward angles. Get them scheduled. Deja vu is set in again. Retracing steps is going to be a little harder this time. It seems that Muller's staff was not properly recording data. So all the progress that they made in the last department-wide removal is in jeopardy. We need to temper our expectations. Wiping the memories of the entire department is a tremendous setback, and I'm beginning to question the practice versus the results we've seen. We should revisit the staggering system we've discussed this year. Get them scheduled. Okay. Anything else? No utilities, no files. I'll grab them. Guess there's not much to this room. Okay. So I think it's time to take on the recreation center. The gym. Let's pop out our glue cannon. Take another look at the map. What I have to work with. So in front of me I've got a locker room going to the pool. Otherwise I can go upstairs to the fitness center. Actually, just before I do anything. Because there's, on the second floor of this map, there's this very alluring area right there in the center, off to the side of the fitness center. And I'm trying to work out what it's for. I mean, to be honest, in this day and age, every club has Glory supporters at this point. Now that the game's gone global to, like, you know, now you see an awful lot of, like, American fans and so on. Pretty much every club at this point has now picked up a whole load of like foreign fandom that they wouldn't have had before. Anything up here? Please be something to make it worth my while. There's nothing. Yeah, I think that's kind of it at the end of the day. Everyone seems to have their... Pretty much no one is willing to give City the time of day because of the whole, the oil money, arguments. And I kind of see it, and I kind of disagree with it, but I kind of see it. But because it's the advantage of not having been one of the big threats for a long time, is that when it all boils down to it, when it's City or someone else, then people's innate biases will pretty much always like come to the fore, and they pretty much always prefer City to the other team that they hate more, whether it be Arsenal, Leeds, United, Liverpool. I guess Leeds. I don't know why I threw Leeds in there, just because they're a team everyone seems to hate. But yeah, really Arsenal and yeah, Liverpool and United. I guess Arsenal aren't winning too much these days either. This is the downside of me playing these games. Is I get completely distracted with the game. Yeah, I think virtually everyone is. I don't think there's many people who hate City so much that they would put, hate them above their bitterest rivals. And I guess it's a blessing and a curse. And at the end of the day, I'd rather not just be hated by people. I don't really go in for all the kind of the irrational hate side of it all. Is there no way of getting into the pool from the locker room? I kind of get a bit de-energized by the whole hating other teams so much. Well, actually, no, I say that, but I do have some pretty strong biases against United. I think if it just came down to it, I would be in the exact same position, let's be honest. Okay, let's try the pistol. Oh good, it sets off them again. Well, I guess on the plus side, if I can persuade them to walk through, then they'll just kill themselves. Bye-bye, Salman Kapoor. Try again. Better luck next time. Oh, it happened again. Yeah, I bet so. I bet that. Although, I thought Everton versus Liverpool... Oh, good, it's a telepath. I thought Everton versus Liverpool was supposed to be the friendly derby. Can I get the telepath to come through this hallway? Probably not. To be honest, if it weren't for the fact that I've kind of... usually, basically, I'm a lot more annoyed about it as well. Usually losing a derby would really set me off. But I think I've kind of like... I've been telling myself for so long that the end of our winning run will happen, that I'm kind of inured to it at this point. We have got a cushion. Hopefully we're still in a position that we have a pretty good chance of winning the league, although I will never say the quadruple word realistically until the last kick of the final game of the season. Okay, I'm gonna freaking die, aren't I? Interesting. I hope so, but like I say, I've seen us muck up far too much. I'm still one of the kind of people where if we're winning 3-0 with 90 minutes, then I'm still thinking, well, at fastest the team could score a goal every like 1 minute, so we need to get down to so that there's less than 3 minutes of extra time, and then I'll believe that we might win the game. Okay, this is barely going to do any damage at all. What is going to be the trick to killing this dude? How? How did he just wipe out all of that? Oh yeah, we're not going to win the Champions League. We're not going to win the Champions League. End of story. We're not. We just won't. Especially after this, because I know how the patterns work. After this game, then there's going to be this long period. There's going to be this long period now where it's like they kind of lose their mojo, basically. And they won't go on a losing run. I don't think they'll actually, that would happen. But hang on, let me just backtrack through here. Oh snap! Yeah. So, but basically, I don't think that they're going to go on another crazy winning run, and it's only when City are on crazy winning runs anyway that people go, oh yeah, they're the best team in Europe. We always just get knocked out to some silly team that we should never be beaten by. And to be honest, I don't care too much, because having spent the years and years like watching United win everything, I'm kind of one of those people who doesn't care that much about the Champions League. It's like, it would be nice to win UEFA's big competition and shove it in their faces, but at the end of the day, I would far rather win the Premier League every year. Premier League is a much bigger competition than the Champions League, I'm sorry, but that's always been my take, and it always will be.
Maybe I can help you.
Maybe you can heal me.
Superficial injury. Nothing affordable medical can't handle.
To be honest, I'd rather win the UEFA Cup, the Europa League, whatever it's called now, than win the Champions League. You actually think he's going to get... Ow! Okay, I need to do something about this. You actually think he's going to get sacked? I couldn't see that one happening. Because Liverpool seemed like they they knew what was going on better than that. I thought their management were smart enough to realise that, like, oh good, I'm gonna have to reload this. 1 second. Okay, that's why I saved. Okay. I thought they were smart enough to realise that, like, nothing happens in a few weeks. And Klopp has clearly done really good work. I'm not saying he would definitely win the Premier League again next season, because the Premier League just doesn't work like that, but he clearly has the right stuff about him. And you've got a much better chance with him than with anyone else, I think. Screw it. How? How is that telepath so hard? He took... just kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. He took like 2/3 damage the first time I took him out like that. Why is he suddenly not taking much damage? Gerrard just won the league with Rangers without... Yeah, but then... Okay, let's be honest. Let's not forget the whole thing about how this season has been so weird. This season has been a really bizarre season. I don't think you can draw... And this is the other thing, the other reason I think that Liverpool would be stupid to get rid of Klopp, is you can't draw any conclusions about this season, really. This season has just been so far out of the ordinary. Like, teams are clearly suffering for the fact... Excuse me. Clearly suffering for the fact that... that they've not had proper pre-seasons and so on. There we go. There we go. That's what you want to see. So, yeah, I mean, and in fairness, it's been reflected because, like, we're 2/3 of the way through the season, going on 3/4 of the way through the season, and only 2 Premier League managers have lost their jobs so far this season. Like, normally it would be about 8 or 9 at this point. So I think clubs are realising it. So I think that they would just be absolutely stupid to sack Klopp, because I think he'll be right back up there with Liverpool next season. That's going to zap me, isn't it? And the same thing goes for Celtic, is like, Celtic clearly are just kind of like having an off season because of the way that everything's gone. So I really don't think that you should like draw too many conclusions about the way that Rangers won it without losing a game and so on. Although fair play for him for taking a club which was at a significant disadvantage because of the way that they had to go through the relegations and then and recover from that. Okay, let's clear up Vin so I can loot these corpses now. Ow! Every club is one of them. I mean, Liverpool are certainly going on a bad run that they should never have really gone on.
Trying to reach Abby, but she's not answering.
Please. Don't come.
Emma?
Please. No, not
Emma, I can barely hear you.
safe.
Is Abby with you? Are you okay?
It's not me. It's not. I won't do it. You can't.
I mean, yeah, Liverpool... Okay, there's another safe thing. Nice. Sorry, Rangers are pretty much single-handedly dragging Scotland back up to having two Champions League slots, aren't they? Rangers have been doing well in Europe for the last 2 or 3 seasons, whereas Celtic have been doing awfully. I'm just going to take a peek around for some mimics. I'm not paranoid, you're paranoid. Aha. How many neuromods do I have? What now? 1. Okay, fair enough then. I think I've already got this, but I'll do it anyway. I do like the way that they scatter these around anyway, for the people who get to things in the wrong order. Like, I've got this from somewhere else as well. Okay. Neuromod Enhanced Yoga, Beginner's Guide. Yoga is an excellent way for those with a physical sense for a series of neuromod enhancements. Oh, snap! Carthy! I honestly thought that you subbed yesterday. Did I not get a message through then? But thank you. I appreciate the sub. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. Is he very late though, or is he actually just being very early for this year? Oh, okay, fair enough then. Well, I appreciate it all the same. How are you doing? How's your day been? Yoga is an excellent way for those with a physical series of neuromod enhancements to grow more in tune with their new capabilities. This is not only enriching, but provides a measure of safety, preventing you from hurting yourself or others. The Javelin Asana. This pose is a good starting place for testing your new extended limits, combining strength with balance. The pose begins with a basic handstand and will end with your body completely inverted, all of your weight supported by 3 fingers on your right hand. Wow. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not too bad. I would be doing better if I'd heard that my team were winning, but such is life. Is there anything to be gained by jumping onto those? I'm gonna say no, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything up here. I forgot you weren't much of a sports person. Well, I kind of remembered, but hang on, where was the health bar? What direction was I looking in when there was a health bar? To the left, to the right. You don't mean the white bar, do you? Like this one here? Because that's my bar for how long I can like jet across places. That's the right. Oh, right, okay. Do you mean this Mary Molino unconscious? This one? Okay, hang on, it would be down a level. For an unconscious person, she looks very dead to me. But yeah, I hadn't seen her before. I was actually hoping I was going to find someone I could interact with there. But, I'll take dead. Dead is fine too. Yeah, so did I for a second. I was like, hang on, this is new. I haven't had this before. I'm going to need to go back and... just checking there's nothing there. Okay. I'm going to need to go back up the stairs. And... recycle some more junk. I pick up junk so fast now. And get rid of that, and get rid of that. Nom 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 nom. All of the items. Give her CPR. I can't remember what the buttons for CPR are. Okay, where do I want to go next? There's all this recreation centre place. And then, after that, there's the cafeteria area. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the Yellow Tulip this way, I think. Anywhere there's a turret.
No alien material detected.
Oh! Yep, there's alien material.
Target lost. Error log submitted. Debug build version 0.
Hello, I see you, Mimic.
Verbose. Target lost.
Ooh, shotgun shells. Why, thank you. Let's take the booze. We're gonna have a party tonight. Tizzy destroyed. Yellow tulip supply closet. Thank you. Oh, that's what the dismantle is all about. Oh, snap! Retreat!
Alien threat detected.
Thank you. Thank you, turret.
Target, no Typhon material detected.
Get out of it. Stupid game making me pick items up. I don't want to pick items up. Hey! I am still going. I mean, you guys raided me pretty early on. I usually wrap up about now, so I probably will finish in the next 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I am. How you doing, Tiny? Well, this kind of went wrong with them. The escape pods didn't work. We believe it was intentional. Those black shapes are everywhere and everyone we know is dead. Or something worse. We aren't going to let that happen to us. To our families, we love you. Oh, so they basically offed themselves. Fair enough. They just couldn't hack it. Man, there is a ton of random stuff in here. Also, that sounds ominously like a Typhon, a large Typhon of some sort. More shotgun shells. I'll take them. You watched Star Wars episode? Yeah, so Ren was saying that you were going to introduce them to Star Wars. How did they find it? I was asking him, like, what order you were planning on showing them the Star Wars films in. The great debate of our era. Okay, I need to find a way to turn the power on around here. In the far corner, around here, there should be a power. Duck flavoured beer. Yeah, I was wondering what that was all about. Hang on, do I need to repair my suit again? I think I need to repair my suit again. That's not the button I meant to use. Although I guess it doesn't hurt. It will do a pretty effective job of bringing my health back to full. They said they liked it, but boy oh boy they had so many questions. I mean, that's the whole point of like a multi-film series. Is like you watch the film and then if you oh snap! Back to the turret. If you like it, you watch more and the questions will be answered. I'm curious as to what kind of questions they were asking. Was it just the kind of the basic stuff like, Mummy, why did that man believe him when he waved his hand? Or was it the more why did they pick out genuine plot points like continuity errors? Internet said it's easier for kids if you watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 because it kind of eases them into learning that lightsabers actually kill. Yeah, it's true. It's kind of true. What do they make of the cantina scene where the guy gets his arm chopped off? I went to visit the Graces. Brandy had passed from her paraplexis, and the connectome of her ability to skate still remains unused in TranStar databanks. Her parents declined to be interviewed, citing the interviews with Brandy had done more harm than good. Rather than raising awareness of the condition, it had shown the division. Brandy had been one of the first to discover her new handicap. But if neuromods are the future, what happens to those unable to use them, or afford them? Question was, wait, whose hand was that? Sorry, I'm sorry, spoilers. They loved it. Cool, nice. Who is he? Why is he there? What did he say? Out of interest, do you watch, do you just watch the ones in English? Do you watch dubbed versions? Do you watch subtitled? I know you said Patrick's pretty good with his English now. Oh man. Wait, what? How did I just get a cymbal sound from these drums? Oh, right, it's just like a synthesizer set. Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah. Yep, seems to work. I'm sure they'll play just the fine for the dents in them as well. Girls are learning, they get a better understanding now. English with English subtitles, okay. In fairness, I can understand, because they're only, what, like 6 now, maybe? Asking a 6-year-old to watch a film in a language that they don't speak fluently.
Deploying.
Do you want to take out that nest for me? It's got to be a challenge at the very least.
Deploying.
Do you want to kill that nest for me? I'll say it again. Do you want to kill that nest for me? Look, here. I'll even shoot it for you. Girls are 6, Patrick's is 8. Patrick's 8.
Proximity sensor reset.
They watch cartoons. Okay, yeah, fair enough. But cartoons are probably designed to have really basic language in, aren't they? Because cartoons for kids are partly for entertainment, but they're also partly, let's be honest, to help teach the kids language. Hello, I see you. Ah. That's annoying. Well, I'll take the ammo, I guess. Oh, let's not fire glue back at the hole that I want to open. Oh, I did say that I saw some glue before, didn't I? How does this help me? What does being here actually achieve for me? I really need to clear out the theatre first. I don't think being here really accomplishes much anyway. How much do they already know about it as well? Because I would imagine that... Oh, there's another cystoid nest in there. Tell you what. I would imagine that at this point, even for young kids, it's fairly hard to... Whoops, I didn't mean to hack. That's not what I was trying to do at all. That said, what does hacking actually do? I'll happily give it a shot. Oh, I'm not going to make this, am I? Ow. I didn't mean to hack it. I only meant to carry it. Thank you. Girls are going to school this year and they'll have English classes right from the start. That makes sense. Why has it suddenly gone quiet? Why is there, like, no noise? Hang on. Oi, 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 oi. Actually, I guess, while I'm here. Also, the girls are only going to school this year? What age do you go to school for the first time in Estonia? Really? Is it only 6? Are there not, like, preschool stuff as well? Patrick had seen Star Wars cartoons. The girls have only seen pictures of characters, so they know Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, and Yoda. Were they kind of really excited to actually get to see them for the first time? Or was it just like a, oh hey, yeah, I know that one. I'm too cool for school, you know? It must be nice, in fairness, seeing like the delight in a kid's eyes when they see something like that for the first time.
With your password. Wait, you were under my desk? Look, you need to keep your password safe, alright? I'm watching out for you because I love you.
She sounds possessive.
Love me? I love you enough to crawl under your desk. I totally wasn't looking for the pen I dropped. Flatterer. I'm recording this time. You too, Emma.
It's fine. Danielle's joining us. She'll cover us if we get into trouble.
She said yes?
We negotiated. I had to say yes to some things too.
But yeah, there's so many things I wish I could see again for the first time. Oh, hello, what's this?
Proximity sensor reset.
Okay, fair enough.
Scanning target.
Yeah, I just kind of wish I could see things again for the first time. It must be so nice to get to watch it happen. Okay, that's the tulip.
Error log submitted.
Hang on. Oh, right, I need to go around to there, okay.
Eradicator auto turret version 0.7.6 online.
Oh, no, more. I can get rid of the wrench, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that. Public school start on September the 1st, but we are in the Sell Your Kidneys Club. Oh nice, fair enough.
Error. Attitude adjustment required.
That's cool though. Hang on, so how do I get across to there? Really, I have to go through the recreation centre below. But I could cheat slightly. I mean, sure. I'll take it.
Scanning target. No type of material detected.
Well, that's a mimic. Anything else? Anything else? Where there's one, there's usually another. What's the difference in like private? Oh, here's the D&D game. Pharaoh, if you're still here. I remember reading elsewhere that like the game was supposed to be set up somewhere. Who have we got? Captain Stabfellow. That is a name and a half. Another treasure hunt map.
Alright, Elias has... Stabfellow has vanished into the darkness beyond the tower door. The only sign of him is his blood trail. But as you watch, the flagstones seem to drink in the blood, the cracks glistening red.
Oh, Jesus Christ on a stick, Abigail.
Don't be such a baby. We either head through the door...
Forget that, it just ate our warrior.
Unless you can handle the entire pack of ratmen, oh spellless wonder, we don't have much choice. Elias? Sorry, Stabfellow?
Captain Stabfellow! Can I answer her?
Hell no.
You hear nothing from the darkness. It has swallowed Stabfellow completely.
All right, let me light a torch.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Station-wide OS upgrade. Had to hold Bellamy's hand through the whole process. Abby, do you have my character sheet?
You made it.
Yes, right here.
Nice. That's got to be another... Yep, thing for Danielle, so I only need one more. And also, nice, Abigail's cabin. I'll have to head back down again. Remember, blind ogres can call for help with gongs. Remember, try to distract Flag Dastrus from using white gem against Necro. Plus 1 lock bonus to whoever figures out Drip's riddle. Greetings, Game Master! Fatal Fortress is a world deprived of sunlight. As Game Master, you will guide a troop of stalwart adventurers through glittering caves, calling with ratmen, into battles against horrors that have slept for centuries, and deep into the heart of the Fatal Fortress itself. Unlike other games, Fatal Fortress has no set character classes, instead encouraging players to play their own way with mixing and matching abilities as they are faced with new challenges. This game also features a dramatic magic system where players create their own spells by drawing and combining runes. That would actually be a fairly cool system, actually. Is there any actual tabletop RPGs like that? Each player will need a character record sheet, a miniature to represent their character on the combat map, a full set of polyhedral dice, and a thirst for adventure. There's Flag Dastrus. So is that all of them? I thought I saw one more log thing. But maybe not. Also, what on earth is the point in... Oh, I guess actually it kind of would be just about visible. The clock from here. But why would you not put it on the opposite side? There was Traveller, but it was a space RPG. I do not know anything about Traveller, but fair enough. Sounds kind of cool. So are you well versed in many RPGs then? Canadian. Honestly, my experience is very limited. It was set up so that you rolled your entire backstory and career. Nice. There are similar things. Okay, it's a poltergeist. Right, fair enough. Do you want to come up here where I've set my trap up? Oh, okay. Fair enough. No, the turrets! And the turret survived! Nice. It was, I kind of, in a kind of way, I like some of those systems. Like I played Warhammer Fantasy with Senor, and the way that was much less kind of set up so that all the classes were like, complete hero based, but instead was much more about like this regular Joe who gets involved in all these things, and you can slowly work your way up from being basically a complete nobody. Like, I think one of the starter classes is like rat catcher with a mangy dog or something like that. You kind of work yourself up to being someone awesome. But I don't know, there's... Oh, hello. I have just kicked out the frickin' cable from my PS5 controller. That was clever. But yeah, other than that, I've not seen too much, but from my very limited experience. The global Unity Games have come to a close, but final medal totals for the participating nations are in limbo amid allegations of neural enhancements and next-generation pharmaceutical use. Every year these games see previous records shattered, and the latest is no exception, by a stunning margin. Hang on. Yeah, I kind of do need to go on. Hello. I kind of do need to go. Whoa! And clear out all of my stuff again. No, not that. Yes, this. I've definitely read that before. I thought there was a note there for a second. Oh, hello. Happy birthday, Daddy. Yeah, I kind of actually really enjoyed Warhammer Fantasy.
Hi, Daddy. Happy birthday. I made you a present, but
Birthday
you'll
kid.
have to open it when you get home because your company has lame rules. Guess what? I finally trotted with Lita. It was awesome. What else? Oh, Ren peed in one of your cowboy boots. Sorry. I really miss you. Tell Mr. Yu I said kids should be allowed in space. Well, I guess that's all for now. I love you. Mwah.
Funny thing, the logo you're seeing when you access computers, what, this thing here, what, you mean like that logo in the top left? Is it like a... Yeah, I thought there was another phantom around here.
Scan complete. Psionic laboratory.
Glue! Glue her! Oh, I see! The etheric phantom can split into two. I see. Whoops. Is it dead? Is it dead? Your kid's school has the same logo without the circles around it. I'm getting so many bullets. It doesn't really feel like much of a school kind of logo, interestingly. I was going to say, it feels like much more like a company logo, which makes sense. It is a company logo here. Is his body going to suddenly disappear away? That's the executive suites, I see. The executive suites and this cafeteria area. Well, I think what I'm going to do is get rid of some of my junk again and then wrap up for the day.
Target, no alien material detected.
Any more duplicates of weapons? I am going to be able to make a hefty old number of neuromods when I finally get to a fabricator. A hefty old number. Okay, just so I remember where I want to go next. I will set myself down here. More shotgun shells, nice. Okay. Let's pop this turret up.
Deploying.
And drop myself a hard save. And yeah. No! I'm sorry, Canadian. I'm sorry. I know I let you down. I couldn't help it. Sometimes I just have to end the stream. There's one black rhombus and 3 orange ones. They said it represents an individual in a group, like you're part of the school community, but allowed to be yourself and different from others. Fair enough. Sounds like your typical school nonsense about here's what we represent and so on. But yeah, fair enough. I can't complain. I can't dispute it. Anyway, yeah, no, it's been good. This has been fun. Let's wrap up here, though. I've made some decent progress. I think I should clear this area out in the next hour of next stream or something. But yeah, and I thank you guys for keeping me company. It's been good chatting with everyone. And other than that, yeah, let's head over. I mean, does anyone have a suggestion on a raid? No, it was good talking to you, Tiny. It's I always enjoy when I have a chance to just kind of chat with you and Rem. And yeah, one way or the other, you and I hadn't, crossed paths much. So no, it was good for you to drop by and talk to me again. Yeah, and you too, Rem. No, don't worry about it. It's just nice seeing people's names in chat. But yeah, so does anyone have a suggestion on a raid? Because I don't have many people on my follow list right now. As in, I don't have many people live on my follow list. And then I'll go and watch this Outlanders trailer, so I actually catch up with what this game is supposed to be about. Yeah, see you, Canadian. See you, everyone else. I know I say it every single time. I'm sure you've heard it to death by now, but I stream Saturdays and Sundays from 3 PM UK time, so I hope to catch you again next week. I think I'm making fairly decent progress through Prey now. I feel like I'm probably at least halfway through. I feel like I've been to most of the areas now. There's probably going to be some backtracking, but yeah, so maybe even we might finish up in a stream or two. Well, probably not next stream, but potentially on Sunday's stream next week. But yeah, I think I'm just going to end it there, to be honest, if there's no raid suggestions, because, like I say, I've barely got anyone on my follow list right now who is live, so have a good evening. How about is she actually live, Ferry? Oh, she just went live. Okay, then. Yeah, we can do that. I was going to say, I looked at the time and realised that I was probably, yeah, I thought I was probably like 5 minutes too early for it, but yeah, we can take it. Thank you, Doge. If you have the emotes, please do drop the raid message. Yeah, get yourself some extra Turkish delights, it's very true. And yeah, so catch you again. Thank you guys. I will... yeah, enjoy your weekend and I'll see you again. No, it's cool, Doge, don't worry. Nice, D&D. You'll have to tell me about your campaign sometime. Yeah, I was just filibustering, and I'm filibustering now as well. Hi, all bio. The classic Doge comment, yup. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I've said it all before. I'll say it, I'm not going to say it again, but so I will catch you all next week. Let's go raid Kirsty.